Apocalypse, I have an infinite supermarket full of supplies. This video is purely for entertainment and does not infringe on copyrights or laws. The rights to the novel and image belong to the original author. We do not claim ownership. Don't like waiting and want to listen to this fanfic in full now? Subscribe to our Patreon, where you'll find the best fanfics. Chapter 26 White Sugar. These people worked for most of the day and had nearly half of the soybeans ground. Su Yinhe took the soybeans that had been ground into residue and juice upstairs. She had been craving for it for a long time. Su Yinhe first put the soybean residue and soybean juice into her largest pot, and then added an appropriate amount of water to start boiling. While waiting for the boiling process, she also cooked a few pots of rice. The soybean milk was not ground yet, and she couldn't let them work on an empty stomach. Thinking of how they wolfed down the steamed buns in the morning, she brought all the rice cookers on the 5th floor to cook. 6 rice cookers should be enough for food. If not enough, then they will starve. She only has 6 pots at home. The soybean milk boiled quickly, and she took a clean gauze to filter the soybean residue and put it into a large thermos. She also took a jar of white sugar. She had to add a little sugar to the soybean milk. Qi Yan likes sweet things very much, so he should also put a lot of sugar in the soybean milk. Lin Muxue didn't know. Su Yinhe didn't dare to put sugar in all at once according to her own taste. So she decided not to add it for the time being, and took the sugar jar down together, and then everyone would add sugar according to their own taste. When Su Yinhe carried it down, she also took 3 glasses. Drank soy milk. It's ready. Seeing that Su Yinhe had taken so many things, Qi Yan moved the milk teacup that occupied the middle position on the table to the side, leaving the middle position for Su Yinhe to put the thermos cup. Lin Muxue was also very excited to see the soy milk. Soy milk? Oh, I haven't drunk it for a long time. The last time I drank it was the last time. But after Su Yinhe opened the thermos cup and poured 3 cups of steaming soy milk, Lin Muxue's excited heart seemed to be suddenly poured with a basin of cold water. Drinking hot soy milk on a hot day? Why do I feel like there's something wrong with the 3 of them? Su Yinhe didn't notice Lin Muxue's complicated expression. After pouring the soy milk, she sprinkled an appropriate amount of white sugar into her cup, shook the cup, and then began to drink slowly. It's not that she didn't want to be fast, but the soy milk was just out of the pot and it was a little hot. Su Yinhe only poured a little sugar, but Qi Yan didn't worry about choking himself, so he poured half a can of sugar. He also took out a golden spoon from the space and stirred it slowly. After the sugar was completely melted, he took the cup and drank it with enjoyment. Lin Muxue looked at them, and then looked at the steaming soy milk in front of him. He fell into deep thought, wondering if he was abnormal or if they were abnormal. By the way, can soy milk be iced? Will hot soy milk with ice make it loose? After a while of hesitation, Lin Muxue decided to add ice to the soy milk. He was a superpower who had survived in the apocalypse for 10 years. He had eaten everything in these 10 years. Moldy bread, expired canned food, hairy biscuits. Lin Muxue felt that his stomach was made of steel. It would definitely not make it loose. In the hot summer, he had to drink iced soy milk. Lin Muxue was embarrassed to bother Su Yinhe to go to the milk tea shop in the supermarket to get ice, and he was too lazy to move, so he asked Qi Yan to get ice cubes from the space. Qi Yan had a lot of ice cubes stored in his space, which were stored at the beginning of the apocalypse when the power was not cut off. Sometimes he would add some ice cubes to his coffee. He had stored too much at that time, and there are still a lot now. Qi Yan frowned when he heard what he said. You want to add ice to the soy milk? Qi Yan looked at Lin Muxue as if he was looking at a fool. Lin Muxue was stimulated by his eyes. Otherwise, drink hot milk like you guys. It's almost noon, and the sun is so bright. Aren't you hot? I'm not hot. You're too irritable, Qi Yan said, and put some ice cubes in Lin Muxue's soy milk. After Lin Muxue finished drinking the soy milk, he wiped his mouth. It's still a little warm. Add more next time. No, next time. Ah. No way. We are all good friends. Adding 2 ice cubes is not okay. Lin Muxue didn't expect him to be so stingy. Ice cubes are okay, but, do you have soy milk? Qi Yan glanced at him. You don't plan to share it with me? Lin Muxue looked at him in disbelief. 1 week, Qi Yan said indifferently. He said that he would not give free meals for a week, so the soy milk was also included in the category of meals. So much soy milk, you drink it all in 1 week. 3 buckets of soybeans. There must be a lot of ground soy milk, even if Su Yinhe and Qi Yan each took half. It would still be a lot. 1 week, can't finish it. Then keep it, he has space, and the things are the same when they are put in, and they are the same when they are taken out, so there is no fear of spoilage. Lin Muxue covered his chest. You have changed. You were not so stingy before. You forgot our vows. Qi Yan's expression did not change. He took out a steamed bun out of thin air, stuffed it into Lin Muxue's mouth, and successfully blocked his outrageous words. A dog can't spit out every. I regretted saving Lin Muxue's life. Su Yinhe watched them making trouble and couldn't help laughing. She thought Lin Muxue was very suitable to be an actor. After Qi Yan finished a cup of soy milk, he poured another cup and added a lot of sugar. Brother Qi, you are still young. It's okay to drink something so sweet occasionally, but you also have to think about your future. What if you get diabetes when you are old? There is no cure now. Now there are no hospitals. If you get diabetes, you can only wait to die. After Lin Muxue finished eating the big steamed bun, his mouth was able to smack again. He began to care about it like an old father. Qi Yan tightened his grip on the cup. Don't die from diabetes instead of being killed by zombies, cold, or dehydration. Brother Qi, listen to me. Don't eat something so sweet. You won't die if you put less sugar. Lin Muxue still can't figure out why Qi Yan likes sweet food so much. Some are even so sweet that they are bitter, but Qi Yan can eat them without changing his expression. Don't worry, you won't see that day. It is definitely not him who will die first. Qi Yan's tone was very light. Lin Muxue felt that his old father was under a lot of pressure. His son was not obedient at all. I don't know if it was for Lin Muxue to see, but after Qi Yan finished drinking, he poured another cup of soy milk. This time, he poured all the white sugar into it. He didn't pour a lot of soy milk, just a shallow layer, and in the end there was more sugar than soy milk. Lin Muxue was stunned, and Su Yinhe was also stunned. Her sugar. It was a full jar, and she just poured a little bit. And it was gone? Qi Yan can eat sweets so much? After Qi Yan poured out the white sugar in the jar, he took out a bag of white sugar from the space, tore open the package and filled the jar again. Then he took a spoon and ate the white sugar in the cup spoon by spoon. Su Yinhe felt choked just watching. She was so scared that she drank a sip of fruit tea to calm her nerves. Lin Muxue didn't dare to speak now. He was afraid that Qi Yan would do something weird again. His son is rebellious when he grows up. This rebellious period is endless. He can't even say anything. Lin Muxue, the old father, is worried to death. Is it sweet? After Qi Yan finished eating half a cup of sugar, Su Yinhe asked cautiously. Not bad. Qi Yan narrowed his eyes and liked it at first glance. Qi Yan, I have eaten more sugar than you have eaten salt. Lin Muxue, I dare not speak JPG. Chapter 27 Stir-fried Shanghai Greens. Su Yinhe watched Qi Yansheng finish a cup of sugar, pour another cup, and continue to eat. Qi Yansheng exuded a pleasant breath all over his body. How much does he like sweet food? Su Yinhe began to think about this question, but she didn't think for long, because it was almost lunchtime. She told them that she was going to make lunch, and went upstairs to cook. 6 pots of rice were already steamed. She washed the ingredients and started cooking. When cooking, considering that Qi Yan liked to eat sweet food, she specially made a sweet and sour pork ribs and a tomato egg drop soup. Then she made boiled shrimp according to her own taste, fried 2 soy, and fried a plate of Shanghai greens. As for the 5 coolies, Su Yinhe didn't cook extra food for them. Cooking in the hot summer is very annoying, even if the air conditioner is turned on. But when she went downstairs, she took them several cans of braised pork and braised eggs, and took some cold dishes from the cooked food area. Fortunately, she had a lot of plugins in a space, otherwise it would be difficult to carry so many things. Thinking that there was only one table outside the supermarket, it was still made by the 3 of them. People are eating and there are dishes for them. You can't just put canned food and cold dishes on the ground and let them eat while standing. Even if these can be put directly on the ground, she still doesn't want to put a rice cooker directly on the ground. So she took a few more folding tables. Fortunately, her supermarket is big and has everything. When Su Yinhe went down and saw Qi Yan and Lin Muxue taking out things one by one, Qi Yan's expression was indifferent and he didn't react, but Lin Muxue almost popped his eyes out. How come everyone has space? Only he doesn't. Lin Muxue turned into Lemon Tree. Boss, do you also have space ability? This supermarket suddenly appeared outside the base. Many people in the base were guessing the boss's origin, but no one knew. Lin Muxue was also full of curiosity about this. They were not very familiar with each other before, so they didn't dare to ask. Now everyone has seen Qian eating raw sugar, and he has also chatted with the boss about gossip before, so they are familiar with each other. Lin Muren asked boldly. Su Yin was stunned for a moment and heard Lin Muren's tentative intention. I guess so. Then Yin, do you have any other abilities? Qian has two abilities, one you've seen, a space ability, and the other a water ability. Seeing that Su Yin answered his question, Lin Muren thought that this was a sign of Su Yin's trust in him, so he took advantage of the situation and changed his name to a more intimate one. In order to know more, he sold Qian. Of course, Su Yin didn't have any abilities. She got this space from the system by cheating. She cheated so many times at that time that she didn't remember it, so who knows if there are any other abilities. So Su Yin made a few vague remarks and fooled around. Lin Muren didn't know if there was any letter, so he started asking other questions. But when Su Yin took out a dish she cooked, his mouth closed automatically, and his eyes stared at the plate of Shanghai greens. So green, I like it so much, such a well-behaved vegetable, green, and healthy at first glance. Unlike other mutated vegetables, they are not green anymore, one or two are either purple or red, with strange colors, strange tastes, and poisonous. One bite will make you twitch, 2 bites will make you die. That's fine, but he also hits people. Good vegetables have become more ferocious than animals. Lin Muren couldn't remember how long it had been since he had seen such green vegetables. After the end of the world, there were only a few soils that were not completely polluted, but even these soils contained certain pollutants. In addition, there were also some pollutants floating in the air. The vegetables grown by humans on them were extremely easy to mutate. The mutated vegetables often pulled away the planters with one leaf. Only some powerful wood-type mutants could grow vegetables that did not mutate, but those vegetables were also yellow and malnourished. But even so, once these vegetables were grown, they would be snatched by the rich who had no shortage of supplies. A small malnourished vegetable could be exchanged for a bag of rice. Qian had stored a lot of them in the space before, but they were all eaten in 2 years. He was not interested in the yellow and garbage vegetables. He would rather take 2 vitamin C pills than make do with them. Qian had nothing to eat, and Lin Muren had even less to eat. So when Su Yin took out his plate of Shanghai Qing, it firmly attracted the attention of the two. Lin Muren swallowed madly. Qian was a little reserved, but it was obvious that he was eager for the vegetables. Seeing this, Su Yin didn't waste any time. After taking the food for the 3 of them, she quickly took out the folding tables, opened them, took out the lunch and bowls and chopsticks of the 5 men, and invited them to eat. Then she sat back at the table of the 3 of them and started to pick up a chopstick of vegetables. It's ready to eat. After Su Yin started to eat, Qian and Lin Muren couldn't bear it anymore. The chopsticks of both of them left after images. Lin Muren didn't care about his image at all and picked up the vegetables crazily. Qian was reserved, but he was faster than Lin Muren. But even so, his eating movements were very elegant. Of the 4 dishes, the first one to go was the Shanghai green. Su Yin blinked an eye, and the Shanghai green was finished. Lin Muren even poured the vegetable juice into the bowl and mixed it with rice. But as he mixed it, he thought of Su Yin. Lin Muren was a little embarrassed. Qian looked at Su Yin, and the tip of his ears also blushed. It's okay, Su Yin had no shortage of vegetables, so she naturally didn't mind it. You're welcome, eat more. Hearing Su Yin's words, Lin Muren's embarrassment disappeared, and she set her eyes on the tomato egg drop soup. Qian looked at her with an apologetic look, and joined the team to grab the food. Of course, his movements were still elegant. Eating soup with rice was also so elegant. There was not much rice in Su Yin's bowl, so she took a little sorry and ate it. Then she watched them eat. Soon, the plate was clean. Qian and Lin Muren were both full. Lin Muren was okay, because she often ate too much, so she was used to it. But Qian usually ate until he was 80% full, and he was not used to eating so much for the first time. He was a little embarrassed when he looked at Su Yin. Ahem, Su Yin held back her smile, put the dishes and chopsticks into the space, and planned to wash them in the evening. Yin, you are the fairy sent by God to save me. Lin Muren looked at Su Yin with affection. Before Su Yin could react, Qian's face darkened and he stared at Lin Muren with a deathly gaze. Yin, we can still be together in the future. Ah. Qian, why did you step on me? Lin Muren suddenly jumped up. My foot slipped, Qian gave a half-hearted excuse. You slipped so hard, how good will it be for you if I become lame? Lin Muxue hugged his foot, thinking that Qian did it on purpose. Qian didn't answer, but gave him a strange look. There are many benefits, of course. But Qian didn't say it, not to give Lin Muxue face, but because there were too many and it would be a waste of time to say them all. Please give me votes, recommendation votes, monthly votes, all kinds of votes. Did you see my waving claws, cat poking its head out? If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelis. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 28 Braised Pork Can. Su Yinhe was eating enthusiastically. Li Qiao and the others were eating even more enthusiastically. Old Li, am I seeing right? This is white rice. It's so beautiful. Are these canned braised eggs and cold dishes also for us? Pinch me, am I dreaming? Heezy looked at the 5 rice cookers full of rice, as well as these canned foods and vegetables, and drooled like crazy. He originally thought that the steamed buns he had in the morning were already the most delicious food in the world. He didn't ask for anything else at noon, just to have another meal of steamed buns and be full. After eating these 2 full meals, maybe he wouldn't have to eat tomorrow, so he could save a meal. Moreover, Heezy was a little selfish. He was so busy eating in the morning that he forgot to secretly save 1 or 2. He thought that if there were so many white steamed buns at noon, he could save 1 or 2 and take them back for his wife and children. He had no ability and no special powers. His wife and children had been with him for so many years and had never had a good meal. They were either porridge or grass roots. It was rare to have such delicious food now, and Heezy wanted to take it back for his wife and children. Li Qiao was also doubting himself. After listening to Heezy's words, he pinched himself hard. It's true. These are all for them to eat. Then, let's eat. After eating, we must work hard for Miss Su, and we must not be lazy. At this moment, Li Qiao's favor for Su Yinhe has reached a new level. He decided to work hard and grind the soy milk that Su Yinhe wanted as soon as possible. Li Qiao discussed with the other 4 people and planned to open 3 cans. Su Yinhe gave them a total of 8 cans, so they opened 3 and kept 5, and each of them took 1 home. The same goes for the braised eggs. 5 were left uneaten and each of them took 1 home. Miss Su won't be angry if we do this. Heezy really wanted to take the delicious food home for his wife and children, but he was afraid that their actions would make Su Yinhe angry. Miss Su was kind enough to give them so many good things to eat. Wouldn't it be bad if they secretly kept them and took them home? Wouldn't it be too much? Miss Su is a good person. She shouldn't be angry. There was a reason why Li Qiao dared to do this. Qian had already paid them 1/3 of their wages, and the rest would be given to them after they finished. Su Yinhe didn't have to take care of their meals, but she still gave them breakfast, which was the best white steamed buns, and brought them so many delicious foods at noon. Li Qiao thought Su Yinhe was a good person from the bottom of his heart. Heezy wanted to bring good things to his wife and children, so after Li Qiao finished talking, he immediately agreed. The same was true for others. They didn't necessarily have wives and children like Heezy, but they thought that such good canned food could be sold at the base for a lot of contribution points, and they would have food for a month. They divided the canned food and braised eggs first, and then started to eat lunch. They opened the can of braised pork first. As soon as the can was opened, they looked at the greasy braised pork in the can and swallowed their saliva at the same time. The canned braised pork was not as fragrant as the freshly made braised pork. In Su Yinhe's opinion, this kind of canned food was added with a lot of preservatives, and the meat was not very fresh. This canned braised pork could not be considered a real braised pork. But in the eyes of the 5 men who had not eaten meat for several years, this fragrant can of braised pork was the real braised pork. 3 cans of cans, not too much, not too little. They did not grab them directly, but divided them into 5 equal portions. The hot white rice with the braised pork is simply the delicacy of life. Now I am willing to die, the youngest one sighed with tears after taking the first bite. With the braised pork, they finished a large bowl of rice, and the remaining soup was not wasted. They scooped the rice and turned it around in the can to let the rice absorb the soup, and then took the can of braised pork and ate it. After the braised pork was finished, they started to eat the braised eggs and cold dishes. The braised eggs were also evenly divided, and the cold dishes were in a disposable bowl. This time they did not divide them, but took them whenever they wanted. Su Yinhe was in a hurry when she came down, and she also took the cold dishes at random. There were not many varieties, but the portions were sufficient. Seaweed, bean curd, cold noodles, pickled radish, jellyfish skin. 5 people ate all the food. Su Yinhe miscalculated. Although they had big appetites, they were not big enough for one person to finish a whole rice cooker. When they were full, they only finished 2.5 rice cookers. The 5 people looked at the remaining rice with regret. They hated themselves at this time why they couldn't eat more. If only these could be taken back home. He thought of his wife who had to add water 4 or 5 times for a bowl of porridge. He was incompetent. His wife had never had a good day since she followed him. She had to add water several times for a bowl of porridge. Do you want to take it back? Do you want me to prepare disposable lunchboxes for you? Su Yinhe heard Heezy's words when she just came over. She was quite happy. She miscalculated and there was so much rice left. She was worried about what to do with too much left. Although leftover rice can be made into fried rice with eggs or porridge, she couldn't eat much by herself. She also didn't want to put it directly in the refrigerator and then eat the leftovers. Su Yinhe didn't like eating leftovers. But if she was asked to throw it directly into the trash can, that would be too wasteful. If they could solve it, it would save her trouble. Is it okay? Heezy didn't expect her to be so easy to talk to, and his face was full of joy. He could bring rice for his wife and children. Miss Su, I'm so sorry. Li Qiao was more stable than Heezy, but he was also very happy. He didn't have a wife and children, but he had parents and a younger brother. Of course. However, I am only responsible for providing disposable lunchboxes. You can pack them yourselves. It is not a small project to put 2.5 pots of rice into disposable lunchboxes. Su Yinhe didn't mean to find work for herself. Thank you, Miss Su, we will work hard. They didn't have anything to give in return, so they could only repeat this sentence over and over again. Then you guys work first. I'll go to the supermarket to get you lunchboxes later, and when you're done, you can pack them slowly. No problem. The 5 people's voices were very loud. Su Yinhe was close to them, and after they finished shouting, she felt her ears buzzing. Su Yinhe rubbed her ears and shook her head. Terrible. I don't know if it's because there's a carrot hanging in front of them. They worked particularly hard in the afternoon, and they looked like they were working themselves to death. Su Yinhe felt a little guilty when she saw this. They just finished their meal, and they didn't even take a break. It made her look like a capitalist. Fortunately, Lin Muxue diverted her attention soon. Chapter 29 The Little Frog Biting Its Claws. To express his gratitude to her, Lin Muxue used the dried mutant grass to weave a rabbit for her. This rabbit is not a mutant snow rabbit, but a cute rabbit before the end of the world. Of course, it is impossible for Lin Muxue to carry the dried mutant grass with him. This was taken out from Qian's space. Qian's space is large, and there are all kinds of strange things. There's even soil. Soil that has not been polluted. But there is not much, just a small handful. Otherwise, Lin Muxue thinks that he can feed himself and Qian with a whole vegetable garden. Lin Muxue has good intentions, but his craftsmanship is not good enough. Lin Muxue thinks that he weaves a cute one, but Su Yinhe only sees a ball of grass. Is this a rabbit? For a moment, Su Yinhe didn't know whether to accept this grass ball. Yes, it's cute, right? Lin Muxue nodded affirmatively. That, I don't really like rabbits. Otherwise, you can take it back for the children to play with. Where did she put this grass? Throwing it directly into the trash can would be a waste of people's kindness. If she kept it well, she didn't know where to put it. Child? Yin, I'm still a virgin. At this point, Lin Muxue blushed a little, even a little embarrassed. Su Yinhe didn't understand, and Su Yinhe was shocked. How did it come to this? Su Yinhe was stunned. She didn't know whether to take it or not. It was Qian who broke the deadlock. He kicked Lin Muxue and took away the grass. Hey! This is what I gave to little Yin. Why did you snatch it? I gave it to you before and you didn't want it. Lin Muxue couldn't be embarrassed anymore after the carefully woven grass rabbit was snatched away. He used to take advantage of Qian every day. At that time, he was not so shameless. He wanted to repay Qian, but he had nothing, so he also woven rabbits and butterflies for Qian. Of course, Qian refused. He had a large space, but it didn't mean that he would accept all garbage. Hearing Lin Muxue's address to Su Yinhe, Qian's eyes darkened. Little Yin. Why call her so intimately? Qi Yan didn't waste time talking to him. After he took the grass ball, he untied the tangled grass, turned it over with his 10 fingers, and soon weaved a little frog. Here, unlike Lin Muxue's sloppy weaving, Qi Yan's weaving was really vivid and cute. It was a very cute little frog. Su Yin couldn't help but take it and looked at it carefully. It was quite delicate. Qi Yan's hands were quite skillful. Amazing. Give it to me. Su Yin couldn't let it go. It was really too cute. The little frog had chubby cheeks and bit its claws. So cute. Qi Yan nodded gently and said If not for her, who else could he give it to? Lin Muxue? Lin Muxue watched Qi Yan untie his cute rabbit and weave a frog that didn't look like anything at all for Su Yin. The key point was that Su Yin accepted it, and she was quite happy. Lin Muxue was angry. Qi Yan. Give me back my rabbit. I worked hard for half an hour to weave the rabbit. Give it back to me. Lin Muxue went crazy on the spot. Is it easy for him to get more discounts in the future in order to get along well with Xiaoyin? He worked hard just to please Xiaoyin. In the end, he failed, but Qi Yan succeeded. Why did Qi Yan, this bastard, tear down his rabbit? He chased, he ran away, he chased again, he ran away again, he continued to chase, but Qi Yan didn't have that patience, and directly suppressed him by force, so that Lin Muxue couldn't continue to chase. When the two were playing the chasing game, Su Yin was studying the little frog. The frog with its claws biting was really cute, which touched Su Yin's cute spot. Su Yin still remembered that she used to play a game, Traveling Frog, in which she raised a cute little frog. The little frog would often travel and send her postcards and specialties, but after traveling for a while, the little frog got lost and never came back. Later, she was busy, so she deleted the game. The little frog with its claws biting that Qi Yan gave her reminded her of the little frog she had raised before. It has been so long, and I don't know if her little frog who went out for a trip has come back. Su Yin put the little frog away carefully and planned to put it on the bedside table. In addition, she planned to download the game again to see if the little frog who went out for a trip has found the way back. The 5 people worked for an afternoon and finally ground all the soy milk. Then they took the disposable lunchboxes given by Su Yin to pack the rice. When they packed, the rice in each lunchbox was pressed tightly. They wanted to save lunchboxes for Su Yin. Li Qiao felt that they had taken so much advantage of Miss Su, and it would not be good to take more. Su Yin didn't know that they thought so much, so she went upstairs to cook soy milk. After all, Qi Yan wanted to give her a stone mill, so she helped to cook the soy milk. When cooking, she also put a lot of sugar in Qi Yan's portion and took several beautiful large glass jars to pack it up. Qi Yan's space is very convenient, and it will be the same when you take it in and when you take it out. There is no need to worry about it going bad. Hers is not bad either. It is very convenient to take things, but I don't know if the system will be so easy to deceive and let her leave the space when she goes back. It will be so convenient to travel with a space, and there is no need to carry luggage. After packing the soy milk, Su Yin also took a bag of peaches to give to Qi Yan. Just consider it as a return gift. Someone gave her a little frog, so she should give a return gift. When Su Yin gave the peaches to Qi Yan, Lin Muxue had already turned into lemon essence. The jealous eyes stared at Qi Yan. If Qi Yan hadn't dismantled his rabbit, it might be him, Lin Muxue, who got the peaches now. Thinking of the taste of peaches, Lin Muxue swallowed his saliva frantically. He is greedy for everything now and wants to eat everything. But, he has no money. Why didn't he collect more gold in the first place? If he had gold, he would have money, and he could buy a lot in the supermarket with the money. It's very sweet, I thought you would like it. She ate a few days ago and cut some to make drinks, which was very good. Yes, I like it very much. Qi Yan smiled at her with his eyes curved. She was seduced again. Su Yin's heart was pounding. She felt that she had met too few handsome guys. Otherwise, how could her heart beat faster so easily? It was all because of her boss Zhou Baopi, who asked her to work overtime every day. She was in the company all day and night and had no time to meet handsome guys. Not only Qi Yan, Su Yin also prepared things for Lin Muxue and the 5 men. Lin Muxue brought her a lot of joy. The 5 men worked very hard. She gave Lin Muxue a few canned yellow peaches. And the 5 men each got a big bag of noodles. Li Qiao didn't expect that Su Yin not only kindly let them take the rice away, but also gave them a big bag of noodles. When Li Qiao and the others left, They thanked her profusely and almost knelt down to her. Fortunately, Su Yin stopped them quickly, as she didn't want to shorten her life. Su Yin felt that the day was quite interesting. She worked at the cash register in the supermarket every day, and it was not bad to spend a day like this occasionally. Daily football tickets, == Chapter 30 High-end skincare products. With some ulterior motives, Qi Yan came to Su Yin with a bag of luxury skincare products a few days later. He didn't bring Lin Muxue with him. Su Yin was very surprised when she received it. She didn't understand why Qi Yan suddenly gave her skincare products. Although she couldn't tell what brand it was, just looking at the luxurious packaging bag, she knew it would be expensive before the end of the world. Qi Yan also thought about it for a long time before deciding to give it. Su Yin has such a big supermarket, so she shouldn't be short of ordinary things. But there shouldn't be many skincare products. Even if they are sold, they won't be too expensive. He found these skincare products when he went to search for supplies before. He has a large space, and his first reaction when he sees anything is to put them into the space. Although he can't use skincare products, he can take them out and exchange them with people who need them. There's a gap between the rich and the poor everywhere. There are people who can't even afford a bowl of porridge, and there are also ladies who take rose baths, drink red wine, and put on exquisite makeup every day. But there are too many things in his space. Except for the ones he often uses and the ones he likes, the rest are placed casually. He himself didn't need anything, so these skincare products had been in the space for a long time, and he had never taken them out for trading before. This time, when he took these skincare products, he used his mind to search for them for a long time. He had observed Su Yin and had never seen her put on makeup, so he didn't take any cosmetics, but she was a girl after all, so she should know how to take care of her skin. Su Yin hesitated for a moment, but still took them. She had recently tinkered with the tablet again, and with the high-tech left by the system, she had made a cashier robot, so now she didn't have to exchange gold for people. The cashier robot would be responsible for the exchange and the cashier. This robot was much better than Su Yin's arbitrary exchange for people according to her mood. When the cashier robot exchanged gold, it was accurate to grams, and the money exchanged was accurate to 0.1 yuan. It was also very efficient. After Su Yin made this robot, she completely became an internet addict. She wanted to finish all the anime she hadn't seen before, and all the novels she had followed before. And she would bravely rush to the front line of eating melons. Although she can't express her opinions online now, she can see what others post. Several celebrities in her world have collapsed in the entertainment industry. They are not small artists. 2 of them have tens of millions of fans on Weibo. Although it is not known how many of these tens of millions of fans are zombie fans. But after these celebrities collapsed one after another, they made a big fuss. Now it takes a long time to eat melons. But this does not hinder Su Yin's enthusiasm for eating melons. When Qi Yan came, Su Yin was watching the fight between the fans of 2 artists. On this side, the big fans broke the news, and on the other side, the fans closed the station. It was in full swing, and Su Yin ate melons all at once. However, after seeing Qi Yan coming, Su Yin still withdrew from the melon field. Then she saw the skincare products that Qi Yan brought. Speaking of which, Su Yin actually didn't use skincare products much. The female colleagues around her are basically married and have children. After women get married, most of them revolve around their children, wanting to give their children the best, and often ignore themselves. They will think about which brands of milk powder are expensive, and which brands of baby carriages are better and safer. When they get paid, they buy this and that for their children, and rarely consider themselves. They don't even buy 2 lipsticks, fearing that they will harm their children. Not to mention the more expensive skincare products. The remaining few unmarried female colleagues are very frugal and only want to save money to buy a house. Unless they are going on a business trip or meeting clients, they usually don't wash their hair for 4 or 5 days, let alone put on makeup and skincare. In addition, the company works overtime every day, and when they get home, they only think about sleeping and can't spare the time to take care of their skin. Su Yin is the same. Being a social animal is too tiring. When she is on vacation, she only thinks about sleeping and playing with her mobile phone. She has never visited the stores that specialize in selling cosmetics and skincare products. She buys all her cosmetics on Taobao. She and her colleagues share the order. It's cheap. As for skincare products, Taobao takes care of everything. It can be used for both the body and the face. She was busy before and had no time for skincare, but it doesn't mean that Su Yinhe doesn't want to be more beautiful. Now, she is so free, and she has plenty of time for skincare. Qi Yan's space and time are still, and she doesn't worry about expiration. Su Yinhe didn't take his things in vain. After receiving them, she asked him if he needed anything. If she had any, she could give it to him. It's a gift in return. Do you have a coffee machine and coffee beans? Qi Yan really needed it. Although he has a space and no worries about food and drink, he is used to enjoying it. If conditions permit, he still hopes to live a better life. Yes, but nothing special. This is a supermarket with a complete range of things, but she is not going for the high-end boutique route. There are coffee beans, but only ordinary coffee beans, no high-quality coffee beans. There are also coffee machines, ordinary domestic brands. Okay, although Qi Yan is picky, he doesn't have many choices under the circumstances. Su Yinhe went up and took down the coffee machine and coffee beans he wanted. She packed a lot of coffee beans, enough for him to drink for a while. After Qi Yan put the things into the space, Su Yinhe hesitated for a while and asked, "Do you want seafood, Qi Yan? You still have such good things here." As he said, Qi Yan glanced at the shelves of the supermarket next to her. He was right. This is indeed not an ordinary supermarket. The boss is not an ordinary boss either. Ordinary supermarkets sell fish and shrimps at most. Qi Yan felt that the seafood Su Yinhe was talking about must not be this kind. Yes, what? When asking, Qi Yan began to use his mind to search in the space for things that Su Yinhe might like. Su Yinhe counted on her fingers. There are quite a lot. King crabs, bluefin tuna, Australian abalone, Chinese lobster. No matter how calm Qi Yan was, he was not very calm after listening to Su Yinhe's detailed list. If Lin Muxue was here, his mouth would probably be wide open. That's probably all. I don't know the rest. This must be her sweet trouble. Qi Yan looked at her deeply. Are there any you want? I'll catch a few for you, and I guarantee they'll be alive when I take them down. You should be more cautious. I don't know who raised her to be so naive. Not at all defensive. Qi Yan selectively forgot the news he heard from others. Now he looked at Su Yinhe and smiled at her and told him these things, and thought she was a little cute in her innocence. A girl, without any defensiveness, guarding such a big supermarket. What if she was cheated? This supermarket seems to have a defense mechanism, and you can't force people to rob things or hurt the boss. But there are no shortage of scheming and good-looking men in the end times. These men don't have any special abilities, but they live a prosperous life by relying on their appearance and living off women. There is no need to worry too much about those who are just living off women. What is worrying is that some men will deliberately seduce young girls, cheat them of money and sex, and even kill them for money. He had heard before that a widow who had a lot of supplies and whose husband died in the end times was seduced by a man. She gave all her supplies to the man, and then the man took all the supplies and ran away. The widow had been living a life of luxury, but in the end she went out to sell herself for a bite of food and was beaten to death by some people with special hobbies. Chapter 31, Abuse Novel. When Qi Yan heard about this kind of thing before, he didn't feel anything. He even thought that the widow deserved it. It was the end of the world, and she should hold on to the supplies she had. She had a hole in her brain and gave all the supplies to the man. If she didn't die, who would die? But now he looked at Su Yinhe and was inexplicably worried. Those men make a living by this, and ordinary girls are easily deceived by their sweet words. Su Yinhe didn't understand what he meant. The system gave her a very thick golden finger. As long as she didn't commit suicide, she would never die. As for the sense of defense, the strong people don't need this. Her supermarket can't run away, and no one can hurt her. Even if she is a silly and innocent, she can live well, not to mention that she won't die. She is so good to Qi Yan, all because of his good face. And after getting along with Qi Yan for a while, he never took advantage of her, and she also had a good feeling about him. She also saw that Qi Yan was a person who loved to enjoy himself, and he had plenty of supplies, so he thought he shouldn't be short of anything else, so she told him this. She didn't worry that Qi Yan would rob her. She couldn't rob him. Su Yinhe was speechless. Qi Yan didn't say much, because if he said too much, he would look like an old woman. He was very reserved, and it was rare for him to say one or two words like this. Okay, Su Yinhe passed it vaguely. Then have you decided what you want? I'll catch it for you. Su Yinhe liked this set of skincare products very much, thinking that there would be a give and take. She originally wanted to catch a few more, but after hearing what Qian said, she silently crossed out this idea in her mind. It's alright. You can catch them as you see fit, but be careful not to hurt your hands. The seafood in Qian's space had been consumed a long time ago, and now that it can be replenished, he is not particular about the variety. In the past, he might have picked it up. But now Su Yinhe wanted to give it to him, not to exchange with him. Naturally, he would not be picky. Then I'll just catch some. Su Yinhe ran up again, leaving Qian alone with his mind surging. It was called catching, but in fact Su Yinhe didn't need to do it at all. There were high-tech machines to catch them. She only needed to stand by and play with her mobile phone, waiting for the machine to catch them. Su Yinhe originally wanted to catch the bigger ones, but thinking of what Qian said, she felt a little awkward, so she let the machine catch whatever she wanted. When she had caught almost all of them, she would put them in the space. Here, the two of them took them and put them in, and the speed was quite fast. After Qian put all the seafood into the space, he saw Su Yinhe's silence, and for the first time in his life, he felt annoyed. He always did things as he pleased. Before the end of the world, he had a good family background and strong abilities, so not many people dared to mess with him. After the end of the world, he had special abilities, so he didn't need to ask for help from others, and he had a lot of supplies stored, so he was even more arbitrary. He never considered the other person's mood when he rejected someone, and he talked to people based on his mood, regardless of the other person's mood. But at this time, seeing Su Yinhe's appearance, he felt a little regretful. She was so happy to give him something, and he said that kind of words, which was tantamount to pouring cold water on her. She must be very uncomfortable now. Qian imagined a lot, but Su Yinhe was really fine. At first, he was a little angry, thinking that Qian was looking down on the golden finger given to her by the system. But then she figured it out. Qian hadn't been in contact with her for a long time, and he didn't know that she had cheated the system. He said this out of concern. Qian was a bit cold and ruthless. It was not easy for him to say such words. At least, in his heart, she was barely a friend. So Su Yinhe was thinking about whether to give him something else. She was a little drunk just now, and she didn't take too little seafood. Qian was the first person who treated her normally after she came here. After Su Yinhe came here, people who came to the supermarket to trade either wanted to rob or beg her. Except for Lin Muxue and Qian, others treated her with fear or wanted to curry favor with her. Lin Muxue and Qian were relatively normal. But Lin Muxue also had some currying meaning towards her, but it was not very obvious. And Qian was really normal to her. It was quite rare. Qian suddenly apologized. I'm sorry, Su Yinhe didn't expect him to say this at all. She felt that Qian didn't say or do anything wrong just now, so why did he say I'm sorry? You don't have to talk about this. Well, actually what you said is quite right. Don't worry, I won't trust others too much. I am actually quite cautious. The reason why I think you are a good person. Su Yinhe looked at him with a very sincere look. Qian can live so comfortably in the end times, of course he can't be a good person. But he has a good face, he looks like a good person. Qian suddenly became very worried. Su Yinhe would not be deceived by an unknown man as soon as he left. He looked at Su Yinhe's tender little face, hesitated for a moment, and then took out a few thick books from the space. Let's not talk about it. He is not very good at educating people. But it doesn't matter, he has a lot of books. What is this? Su Yinhe's voice trembled a little. How come each of these books is as thick as a brick? Very interesting books, you should take a few more glances and learn from them. After thinking for a while, Qian took out dozens of sad novels. In all of them, the heroines met men who made love to them, and they had their kidneys cut out, their hearts, lungs, livers, kidneys, and eyes dug out. After reading these, she would know that men are not good. After reading them, she should not be deceived by men. Su Yinhe looked at the novels with colorful covers. What are these? Looking down at the screen every day is not good for your eyes. You can occasionally read paper books to kill time. Qian thought very carefully, and he did not force Su Yinhe to read these books directly. Instead, he found a better reason. I accept it, thank you. The last thank you was said by Su Yinhe with great difficulty. See you later. Seeing Qian leave, Su Yinhe breathed a sigh of relief, and then she stared at the thick pile of books in a daze. Damn it. I almost wilted. Why can't you talk with such a pretty face? And send books? She used to work overtime every day and write plans every day, and her stupid boss insisted on seeing the paper plans and did not accept the electronic version. Every time she worked overtime, she had to wait in line for photocopying, bind them after copying, and then send them to her boss. Boss Joe Paopi also said that in order to save paper, employees had to reduce the font size by 2 sizes. The densely packed words were so crowded that Su Yinhe almost vomited. It can be said that when she first started working, Su Yinhe didn't read novels for 2 weeks in a row, because when she saw the densely packed words in the novels, she would think of those paper plans and want to vomit. Later, she got used to it, but still didn't like reading paper books, and read e-books. Now that she suddenly saw this, she wanted to go back to the company and stab her boss to death. Chapter 32, The Pain in the Liver. Although she wanted to stab her boss in the back, after dinner in a shower, Su Yinhe hesitated for a moment and still stretched out her evil hand. She would just take a look and run away if she saw the abuse. But, after watching it, could she run away? Su Yinhe was so excited that she stayed up all night to watch it. The next day, the floor was full of tissues that Su Yinhe used to wipe her tears. Su Yinhe's eyes were also red and swollen like walnuts. At dawn, she looked out the window and was still a little dazed. Her mind was full of plots now. According to incomplete statistics, the heroine had her kidneys cut 27 times, was hit by cars 87 times, was pushed down the stairs by the female supporting role 98 times, had miscarriages 31 times, was slapped 865 times, and was stabbed in the back 993 times. The above is referred to as a medical miracle. To be honest, it was quite good when she watched it without thinking, and she cried a lot. Su Yinhe shook her head, threw away the novel, and washed up in slippers. She woke up after washing up, and then fell silent looking at the tissues on the floor. The heroine has so many kidneys, and she can jump around every time after they are cut. She can be called a kidney-making machine. So why does she cry every time she sees the heroine having her kidneys cut? Su Yinhe touched her own kidneys. To be honest, she felt pain even if the heroine didn't. Su Yinhe swept up the tissues on the ground and threw them into the trash can, which was eating happily. She turned around and saw 2 empty tissue bags. Last night, she cried and used up all the tissues. After using up all the tissues, she opened another pack and cried again. Su Yinhe stared at the novel that she had only read half of. She wanted to know how many times the heroine's kidneys would have to be cut. With so many kidneys, how many plates of fried kidney would be enough? Enough to open a store. I don't know where Qi Yan, who looks so gentle, got such a novel. She has only read half of the book, and there are still so many left. How long will it take for her to finish it? Su Yinhe didn't notice that after watching the kidney cutting for a whole night, she no longer had a resistance to making novels. She didn't even want to stab the boss's kidneys. It wasn't easy for the boss either. It was so painful to be stabbed in the kidneys, so she might as well put him in a sack and break his legs. Cutting the kidneys was so addictive that Su Yinhe even took the novel downstairs to read today. Although the tablet was also taken downstairs, it was left alone. No one was looking for trouble today, so Su Yinhe watched the whole day of cutting the kidneys as she wished. As she watched, she didn't even recognize the word kidney. After reading the whole novel, Su Yinhe counted that the heroine had been cut on the kidneys 52 times in total. The hero even used this to confess his love, and the heroine agreed. Although she was bruised and weak, she still gave birth to 108 babies for the hero in the end. A medical miracle, a medical miracle. Fortunately, she didn't study medicine. Otherwise, she would go and ask the author. After reading the whole sad novel, Su Yinhe noticed that the people who came to the supermarket today were different from the previous few days. They were thinner and dirtier. There were also several children with big heads and thin bodies. Without exception. These children looked at people with fierce eyes and were extremely defensive. When they saw someone staring at them, they showed vicious expressions. But their expressions and their bodies did not have any deterrent effect. She saw several tall superpowers glanced at them with disdain, and then laughed. The children could only stare at them with more fierce eyes. The supermarket's reputation is getting bigger and bigger, and more people know about it. With superpowers leading the way, more and more ordinary people come here. Most of the gold she received before was gold bars, or finely crafted necklaces and bracelets. In the past few days, most of the gold she received was gold nuggets, small pieces, and small gold beads. Su Yinhe has become a profiteer. A large gold bar can only be exchanged for a few thousand yuan, not to mention these small pieces of poor quality gold nuggets. It can only be exchanged for dozens of yuan. The people who exchanged it did not despise it. After the exchange, they went to get instant noodles, and did not take anything else. Speaking of which, her supermarket has been open for so many days, and the most exchanged items by these people are instant noodles, followed by compressed biscuits. Few people will exchange other items. Only some people with a lot of gold are willing to exchange for some ham, chocolate, and candy. Only Qian bought a lot of wet wipes. Brother Wang Xin, we really bought instant noodles. A skinny, ragged little boy holding a few packs of instant noodles spoke excitedly to his companion next to him. His companion Wang Xin was also skinny and ragged, the only difference was his eyes. Ah Jin, keep your voice down. Even if he finally had food in his hand and his stomach, which had been hungry for more than 10 days, could finally be filled, Wang Xin did not dare to let down his guard. A child who has lived in the end times for 10 years knows clearly that as long as the food has not entered his stomach, it does not belong to them. The last time was when he and Ah Jin got a bag of wild vegetables and were about to put them in their mouths after cooking, but they were still robbed. Now people nearby have more things than them. The two of them holding a few packs of instant noodles are not very noticeable, but Wang Xin still dare not relax. No one dares to rob them in the supermarket, because there are rules in the supermarket. Everyone is afraid that they will not be able to buy things in the supermarket if they violate this rule. This supermarket only has a little gold, which can be exchanged for food. And gold is worthless after the end of the world. Gold cannot be eaten or drunk. To them, it is just a waste. No one will not be tempted to exchange a little waste for a delicacy like instant noodles. Wang Xin was also tempted when he heard it at the base. He, A Jin, and a few companions are all teenagers. Because they are not old enough, they cannot take the task of the base. They can only make straw sandals, but no one teaches them to make them. They can only make them by groping. They are not skillful and their work is not good looking. Almost no one is willing to buy. Even if someone buys, they have to buy 10 pairs of straw sandals to get the same contribution value as others sell a pair of straw sandals. After finally getting the contribution value, the muddle they bought will still be robbed. Especially when there was only one child. They were robbed so many times that they slowly gathered together. As the number of people increased, there were fewer people robbing them. They basically worked together. They usually made straw sandals and secretly went out to look for wild vegetables, grass roots, weeds, and other things they could eat together. However, doing these things was very dangerous. They usually asked their weaker companions to make straw sandals, and the more dangerous task of going out of the city to look for food was done by those who were slightly better. Wang Xin was smart and was their leader. Wang Xin usually paid attention to collecting all kinds of gossip in the base. Some superpowers would need it, and he could use the gossip he collected to exchange for food with the superpowers. So he was the first to know that there was a supermarket outside the base that accepted gold in exchange for food. Chapter 33 Shuanghu Ham Sausage. But firstly, they were poor and had no gold. Secondly, Wang Xin did not believe in pie in the sky. Who would collect waste for food? He was afraid that someone deliberately designed it to harvest the superpowers. You know, superpowers also have crystal cores in their brains, which are purer than zombies. A few years ago, someone released news that there were injured mutant beasts somewhere. The mutant beasts were seriously injured and large in size. Killing them was enough to eat for half a month. It attracted waves of superpowers to want to pick up the leaks. As a result, someone deliberately designed a trap to harvest the lives of these superpowers who wanted to pick up the leaks. At that time, in addition to those superpowers who wanted to pick up the leaks, some ordinary people with strong bodies also wanted to pick up the leaks, and they were killed together. Ordinary people don't have crystal cores, but they have bodies. The end of the world has driven people crazy, and cannibalism is also common. It is strictly forbidden to eat human flesh in the sun base, but some people are extremely hungry and start to go crazy. So when this news came, although Wang Xin was very tempted, he held back. It was not until he saw that some people had exchanged food from the supermarket one after another and were unharmed that Wang Xin made up his mind to give it a try. The main reason was that they were really starving to death. They had not found wild vegetables for several days and had eaten everything they could eat. They had been drinking water desperately these days to deceive themselves that they were full. But how could people only drink water? They didn't have gold originally, but Wang Xin had a good memory. He remembered that there was an old man who set up a stall to exchange gold for food, but he blocked the way of a hot-tempered superpower, and the whole stall was overturned. The gold ornaments on the stall were scattered all over the ground. The old man was scared and hurriedly collected the large gold ornaments on the ground and left. Some small ones were scattered randomly. Anyway, gold was not valuable at that time, and no one was willing to exchange food for these gold. No one picked them up when they fell on the ground. The stall was dusty. After so many years, Wang Xin thought that some small gold ornaments might be covered by the soil. He took a few companions and dug secretly for a long time before finding a gold earring. It was a pity for Wang Xin and his friends, but it was not easy to dig one. Wang Xin and his friends came together, but they did not come in together. Except for him and Ajin, everyone else was waiting outside the supermarket. When changing, Wang Xin was still worried that the earrings were too small and he could not exchange them for money. Fortunately, although the earrings were small, they were exchanged for 15 yuan, and Wang Xin used all of them to buy instant noodles. There were 6 packs, and there were 9 of them, which was enough to share. When the time comes, add more water, and they will definitely be full. The two hid the instant noodles in their clothes and hugged them tightly. They didn't take them out until the checkout, and as soon as they paid the bill, they immediately hid them in their clothes. After they hid the instant noodles, they were about to run out when they were stopped. Wang Xin almost instantly stopped in front of the Jin. His hands tightly protecting the instant noodles in his arms, and looked at Su Yinhe with a vigilant face. Su Yinhe touched his nose, looked at the 2 skinny children, and suddenly grew a heart of sympathy. Eat some sausage, what? Wang Xin stared at her intently. If anything went wrong, he and Ajin would run away immediately. They were not good at anything else, but they could run fast. Eat some sausage? It's not nutritious for a child to only eat instant noodles, although sausages were not nutritious either. Su Yinhe took a few 50-gram Xu Yinhe sausages and motioned them to come forward to take them. Wang Xin listened to Su Yinhe's words, looked at the sausages again, and still didn't dare to come forward. How could anyone be so kind? Take it. I'm the boss of this supermarket. I don't need that little instant noodles. Su Yinhe looked at the instant noodles they were holding tightly and said. She still couldn't learn the tricks of Zhou Peiopi, a capitalist. Occasionally, she was still a little kind. Such a young child, in her time, should be in junior high school, worrying about homework every day. But here, such a young child is running around for food every day. Wang Xin hesitated for a moment. The boss was willing to exchange instant noodles for waste, so he shouldn't rob. And, if this sausage could be taken back, Wang Xin decided to try his luck. What do you want us to do? Wang Xin firmly believed that there is no free lunch in the world. Well, so small, how about this? You two help me organize the shelves tomorrow. The supermarket opened in a hurry. Although the goods on the shelves have been organized once, they are still a bit messy. The supermarket will only automatically refresh the goods, but will not organize them. Okay, Wang Xin did not expect it to be so simple. For a moment, he was a little suspicious. Take it. Wang Xin walked forward, stretched out his hand, and quickly took away the 5 ham sausages on it. 5 50-gram ham sausages were heavy in his hand. No matter how calm Wang Xin was, there was a hint of joy on his face. Ajin was even more excited. If he hadn't remembered what Wang Xin said, he would have cheered. Seeing them so happy, Su Yinhe also smiled. When Ajin left, he was still a little reluctant. Brother Wang Xin, that sister is so beautiful and kind. She also gave them ham sausages, such big ones, but only asked them to organize the shelves. Gauden and the others must be very happy too. Well, stop talking. Be careful. Wang Xin was also very happy, but he knew that now was not the time to be happy. They had to meet the people outside first. Wang Xin and his companions had been paying attention to the situation in the supermarket outside. When they saw Wang Xin and Ajin coming out, they immediately went to meet them. Let's take a longer route. Wang Xin was relieved when he saw them. He found a place with cover and divided the instant noodles and ham sausages in his hand. Eggs cannot be put in one basket. If all the things are on one person, there will be nothing if they are robbed. But if everyone has a little, someone is robbed and the rest of the people immediately run away, most of the food can be saved. So much, they exclaimed. They didn't expect to be able to exchange so many things. For such a small earring, they thought that exchanging a pack of instant noodles would be the best, and it is more likely that they will not be able to exchange anything. After all, others are exchanging gold bricks. Unexpectedly, they actually exchanged 6 packs of instant noodles and 5 ham sausages. Let's go back first. Wang Xin was calmer than them. These children listened to Wang Xin very much. They knew that Wang Xin was the smartest among them. Many times, they didn't starve to death because of Wang Xin's cleverness. When Wang Xin and his friends returned, they didn't take the road they came from. Many people took this road. People who came to the supermarket took this road, which was too risky. They would rather take a longer route than have their things stolen. They didn't want to starve to death. They hid and covered up before returning to their shabby house. As soon as they returned, their companions who were weaving straw sandals in the house surrounded them. Did you get the exchange? What did you get? As the people who returned took out instant noodles and sausages one by one, exclamations continued to ring out. Instant noodles, sausages, such big sausages. After all the things were taken out, someone looked at Wang Xin and said admiringly, so many things. Big brother, you are amazing. He exchanged earrings for so many things. Chapter 34 Cooking Instant Noodles. Boss, why don't you replace all of them with instant noodles? Xu Jiaoqin, who usually cooks for everyone, asked after seeing this. Boss usually looks for food to fill his stomach. According to Boss's personality, he should replace all of them with instant noodles, not sausages. This is not a replacement, this is given by the boss. Ajin couldn't hold it in anymore, and shared it with everyone excitedly. In his mouth, he praised Su Yinhe to the sky. Really? So good, just tidy up the shelves and get 5 sausages. Xu Jiaoqin and Agu didn't quite believe it. How could it be so good? Really, the boss is really beautiful and kind-hearted. She was also very gentle, not fierce at all. It's okay, I know my limits. Ajin and I will go. If we don't come back tomorrow, I'll leave my clothes to you. Most of the children living in the broken house only have one set of clothes, which they have to wear all the time. Wang Xin is better, he has 2 clothes. Then we can eat instant noodles today. Ajin looked at the instant noodles, his stomach growling. When he went there today, he drank a belly full of water, but the water was not enough to fill him up. He was so hungry now that he could chew a mutant beast. I have soaked all the instant noodles. I will keep the sausage for now. I will use it to exchange for contribution points later. Why don't we exchange the instant noodles too? 1 pack of instant noodles can be exchanged for a lot of things. If we save some, maybe. Xu Jiaoqin was a little reluctant. Although she also craved instant noodles, she was responsible for cooking for everyone and always thought about how to fill her stomach instead of eating well. Soak it. After Wang Xin made the decision, Xu Jiaoqin didn't say much. She wanted to eat too. Xu Jiaoqin was responsible for cooking. She didn't soak the noodles directly, but chose to boil them. She thought that if she boiled them for a longer time and cooked them softer, the volume of the instant noodles would increase and they would be more durable. Fortunately, the pot was big enough to cook 6 packs of instant noodles. As soon as the instant noodles were put in, Xu Jiaoqin thought of something. She hurriedly found a few leaves and threw them into the fire. A stinky smell filled the whole room and then drifted away. Xiao, what's wrong with you? The instant noodles smell too strong, people will smell it. I burned some mutant wormwood leaves to cover the smell. Their place was shabby and there were not many people, but there were people. The instant noodles were cooked for a long time. After Xiao sprinkled the vegetable and sauce packets into the noodles, when he stirred them with chopsticks, he could clearly hear the sound of everyone swallowing saliva, including Xiao himself. When the instant noodles became swollen, Xiao said it's done. The instant noodles were cooked for too long and swollen. They looked soft and looked bad. But for them who were hungry every day, this pot of boiled instant noodles was more delicious than all the food they could think of. They took their own bowls and chopsticks, and after serving the instant noodles, they didn't care about the heat and sucked the noodles while breathing. No one spoke, and everyone was eating the noodles as fast as they could. Occasionally, they would exclaim when they ate beef cubes. Children who were hungry every day didn't have a big appetite. After eating all the instant noodles in the pot, everyone was almost half full. No one was willing to waste the instant noodle soup in the pot. They took a bowl to scoop it up and drank it mouthful by mouthful. It was hot and spicy, but very refreshing. I declare that instant noodles are the most delicious food I have ever eaten. Better than roasted sweet potatoes. Ajin drank the spicy instant noodle soup and kept inhaling, but he didn't stop. The noodles were delicious and the soup was delicious. That's right. Let's go and try it again. I want to eat instant noodles again. After drinking the instant noodle soup, some people licked the bowls and chopsticks carefully to feel the taste of the seasoning. Most of them were only 2 or 3 years old at the end of the world and had never eaten it. When they grew up, their parents died, and they were alone in the end of the world. They couldn't afford such a sky-high price food as instant noodles. But they often heard the elderly mention this kind of food. Those elderly people would describe to them how delicious instant noodles were, saying that they didn't cherish them before the end of the world and thought they were junk food. After the end of the world, they realized how rare junk food was. They didn't understand how food could be junk. All food can be eaten and can save lives. No matter whether it tastes good or not, it is food. How can useless garbage be compared with food? Their perception of instant noodles is that they are expensive. They have seen people who are not short of food exchange a bag of food for a pack of instant noodles. That is a bag of food. After Xu Jiaoqin finished eating, he felt that it was delicious, but also a little regretful. The instant noodles are really delicious. If such delicious instant noodles are exchanged, how much food can be exchanged? Then you guys go and look through it again. Don't let anyone find you. If you are found, run away immediately. Ajin and I will take a bath and go to bed early tonight so that we can have energy tomorrow. Today the boss gave them so many ham sausages, they must work hard. Maybe, the boss will give them a few more if he is happy. Take a bath? Water is so precious, it's too wasteful. Ajin was a little reluctant. Although water can be taken for free now, it is also limited. Some people who love cleanliness and are not short of food occasionally exchange food for water. The boss asked us to sort the shelves, so we must be clean. Wang Xin thought a lot. The boss must prefer employees who wear clean clothes. After hearing this, although Ajin was reluctant, he still went to take a shower. It was called a shower, but in fact, he just wet a piece of cloth and wiped his body. After they wiped their bodies, they also wiped their hair. Wang Xin had 2 sets of clothes, which was easy. Ajin only had 1 set, so he could only hang the clothes naked after taking a shower on a rope in the house. He didn't dare to hang them outside for fear of being stolen. Fortunately, the weather is hot now, so he can open the window and hang them overnight. After hanging the clothes, Ajin wrapped a piece of rag around his lower body and then went to sleep. Although he was not very sleepy, he was still excited about instant noodles. But they had girls here, and it was not easy for him to go out naked. Their shabby house was not big, with only 3 rooms. The larger one was for the boys and the youngest girl. The remaining one was not too big or too small to store firewood. There was also a kitchen, which they used to store firewood. They didn't have much food, and it was too small to cook anything, so it was enough to put a stove and a big pot in the living room. They used it to cook on weekdays and keep warm in winter. The floor of the house is all dirt. There is no floor covering. Sometimes it is inevitable that dust will fly, but there is no need to worry about burning. When Wang Xin and Ajin were sleeping, the children did not sleep, but took advantage of the darkness to go to the place they had dug before to search again. They were lucky and really found another earring. They took it back and gave the earring to Wang Xin after Wang Xin and the others woke up. Wang Xin and Ajin woke up before dawn, and they didn't say when to go yesterday, so they had to go earlier. When he saw the earring, a smile appeared on his face. He could change instant noodles again. Wang Xin and Ajin set out before dawn, carrying the newly found earrings, and washed them carefully before leaving. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelis. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 35, The Non-Existent Conscience. When they got to the supermarket, they found that it was closed. Wang Xin and Ajin found a place to rest nearby when they saw that the supermarket was open. They didn't dare to sit down during the rest time. They were afraid of getting their clothes dirty. Brother Wang Xin, when will it open? Are we here too early? It wasn't even daybreak yet. Ajin pinched his thigh, feeling very sleepy. Come earlier if you can. Wang Xin was very calm. It was better to come earlier than late. Brother Wang Xin, I'm so hungry. Ajin touched his belly, and he had already digested the meal he had last night. Bear it up, It's easy to go from frugality to luxury, but it's hard to go from luxury to frugality. Jin had been eating wild vegetable porridge before, and was used to being hungry every day, but after having such a good meal last night, he now found that he was not used to being hungry. It would be great if he could eat a full meal every day. When would he grow taller and stronger? It would be great if he could awaken his superpowers, so that he could capture mutant beasts and feed everyone. During the waiting time, Jin looked at the snacks in the supermarket through the glass and felt very hungry. Jin was young and had never known about snacks before. It was only yesterday when he came to buy instant noodles that he heard a superpower say he wanted to buy snacks. He then realized that those were snacks. They were more expensive than instant noodles and not very filling. Jin thought it was incredible when he heard that. Why would he buy them if they were not filling? He did not understand. Jin knew that snacks were not filling, but he knew that they were edible. Now his stomach was growling again, and Jin could only stare at the snacks in sight and tell himself that if he saw them, he would eat them. Wang Xin heard Jin's muttering, but did not say anything. Wang Xin and the others waited for several hours. Su Yinhe had just finished breakfast and opened the supermarket door when Wang Xin and Jin came in. "Boss, we're here." Wang Xin gave her a slightly flattering smile. So early, Su Yinhe was startled by the two people who suddenly ran in. As it should be, Su Yinhe thought that the first to come were customers, but unexpectedly they were employees. She looked at the two of them and felt a little embarrassed. Let's sort out the shelves first. Will this work?" Yes, Wang Xin responded quickly. The two of them nodded without stopping. Go ahead. Although he had come in to buy instant noodles yesterday, Jin was still surprised to see the supermarket shelves full of snacks when he came in again today. "Brother Wang Xin, the boss has so many snacks and instant noodles, how long will it take to eat them all?" Jin saw the bulging red bags on the shelf and wanted to reach out to touch them, but he pulled back halfway. "You can't touch them randomly." "I don't know, no matter how smart Wang Xin is, he can't calculate this." As they walked, they unknowingly walked to the shelf where instant noodles were placed. "The boss has so many instant noodles, he can eat instant noodles all day long." Jin looked at the instant noodles on the shelf with envy. Wang Xin thought that it wouldn't be possible. A rich man like the boss has everything, and he would have been tired of instant noodles a long time ago. He wouldn't eat instant noodles every day. "By the way, brother Wang Xin, I didn't change my earrings." Jin suddenly remembered that they didn't change their money when they came in. "Change it when you go back." Wang Xin didn't forget, but he didn't plan to change his money so early. If he did, he wouldn't be in the mood to work later. "I would keep thinking about buying instant noodles, and after buying them, I would think about eating them." "Okay, stop looking, and get to work." Wang Xin looked at the bags of instant noodles and then looked away. He was greedy after looking at them for too long. "Okay." Jin's stomach growled even louder, but he listened to Wang Xin very much. The two of them sorted the shelves together. They were very pious when they sorted them. These were all food. They were very careful and put all the items in neat order. When Jin was arranging them, he kept swallowing his saliva when he thought of these food. He kept thinking of the instant noodles he had eaten last night. The fragrance of the instant noodles seemed to still linger at the tip of his nose. But Jin swallowed his saliva so many times, and his hands did not stop moving, let alone secretly hiding a few bags. The supermarket was very large, and their movements were meticulous and slow, so they took a whole day to finish sorting. When they finished sorting, the sun was about to set. Su Yinhe didn't expect that they could sort from morning to afternoon. She had prepared lunch for them and waited for them to come out for lunch. As a result, no one came out to eat after waiting for a long time at noon. When watching the surveillance video, she found that they were still tidying up, and had no intention of coming out to rest. Such diligent employees, they didn't even take a lunch break. If her boss Zhou Baopi saw this, he would definitely be very happy. He had previously been dissatisfied with employees going out to eat at noon, and hoped that employees would work while eating at noon. Her two employees didn't eat at all. They didn't mean to come out to eat, and Su Yinhe didn't want to disturb them, so she could only pack up their lunch. Thinking of their skinny appearance, she even stuffed a lot of rice into their lunch. "Boss, we're done." Wang Xin and Jin were still a little nervous when they stood in front of her. When they saw the sky, they realized that their movement seemed a little slow. "Okay. Thank you. I'll give you 50 each as salary." Su Yinhe didn't give too much, 50 each, 100 for two people. It can buy 40 packs of instant noodles, enough for them to eat for a while. If she gave too much, the two little guys wouldn't be able to take it back. Salary, 50, Jin shouted excitedly. Salary? Do we have a salary? Wang Xin's eyes widened. Weren't those 5 sausages the salary? Yes, go in and get the things yourself. Wang Xin and Jin heard this and rushed in without hesitation. They had to buy everything before the boss changed his mind. 2.5 yuan per pack of instant noodles. The two of them had 100 yuan in total, which could buy 40 packs of instant noodles. So Wang Xin didn't take packs this time, but a box. Today, he got a box of instant noodles by accident, and Wang Xin didn't plan to exchange the gold earrings for money. One box was enough, and the target was big. He didn't ask his companions to help him today, and he was afraid of being robbed. Keep the gold earrings. If they were robbed, they could buy more. After Wang Xin and Jin paid the bill with the instant noodles, they walked to Su Yinhe and thanked Su Yinhe sincerely. Boss, you are such a good person. Su Yinhe, who was suddenly given the good guy card. Boss, I will help you mop the floor tomorrow. Jin's eyes were bright, and he announced that the boss was the best person in the world. They didn't do anything, but they were given a box of instant noodles. In Jin's view, sorting things doesn't count as work. Previously, he had moved bricks to build a city wall, and his hands were peeling. He was so tired that he couldn't even get up. This was considered work. No thanks, it's not good to always employ child laborers. It hurts your conscience. Then, Jin racked his brains, thinking about how else he could help. Oh, by the way, this is your lunch. You didn't come out to eat at noon, so I packed it for you. You can take it home. But it's cold, remember to heat it up. Chapter 36, Fried Pork with Chili. Su Yinhe took out a big transparent plastic bag, which contained 6 disposable lunch boxes. There are 3 boxes of vegetables and 3 boxes of rice. There is a dish of stir-fried pork with peppers, which may be a little spicy. If you can't eat spicy food, put the meat in boiling water and don't eat the peppers. Lunch. Jin looked at the 6 lunch boxes with his mouth wide open. Is there still lunch? They actually have lunch. Well, let's go back early. It's too dangerous after dark. Su Yinhe looked at the dim sky and was a little worried. Thank you, boss. You are such a good person. Jin suddenly bowed more than 10 times in a row. Wang Xin didn't react. He was also shocked. So many instant noodles were enough, and the boss actually gave lunch. And 6 such big boxes. If they save a little, more than a dozen people can eat for 3 days. Jin was still praising Su Yinhe when he left with a plastic bag. But he had never been to school and couldn't read, so he only praised her and said that she was a good person. Su Yinhe was praised so much that she almost didn't recognize the 3 words good person. Wang Xin and Jin took the same path they took yesterday. Today they were more alert than yesterday because they had too many things. Fortunately, they were lucky today and returned safely. After returning, their companions who were waiting for them cheered when they saw the things they brought back. So many. Are the earrings today so valuable? No. The earrings are not changed. They are given to us by the boss. Not only are there instant noodles, but also food. Jin has completely transformed into a little fan of Su Yinhe. He started to brag before putting the things down. After Jin finished bragging, Gauden and the others also figured out the situation. Then they followed suit. Gauden and the others were a little older and were better at bragging, but it was a pity that Su Yinhe was not here. Then we won't eat instant noodles today. Let's eat. Hide these instant noodles first. Xiao Xiao had a good idea, and Wang Xin nodded in agreement with her suggestion. They didn't start eating right away, but a few people were guarding outside. Wang Xin and Xiaoqin moved the box of instant noodles to the room where they kept firewood. They first moved the firewood on the ground, then dug a hole in the ground and buried the box of instant noodles in the hole. After burying it, they piled firewood on top again. After doing everything, Wang Xin checked it carefully again. After making sure there were no omissions, he led people out of the room and called the people guarding outside to come in and prepare to eat. After Xiaoqin opened the 6 lunch boxes, he found that there were 3 lunch boxes of rice and 3 lunch boxes of vegetables. After thinking about it, he boiled a pot of water. There were more than a dozen people here, and it was unlikely that they would be full with 3 lunch boxes of rice. But adding some water to the rice should make it full. Xiaoqin took a spoon and distributed rice to everyone. Everyone lined up and waited for Xiaoqin to distribute rice one by one. After distributing the rice, Xu Jiaoqin suggested that everyone add some water to the bowl and stir it. In terms of eating, everyone listened to Xu Jiaoqin's advice. Everyone added some water to their bowl and stirred it into porridge. After finishing all this, Xu Jiaoqin took the chopsticks and served the dishes to everyone one by one. The dishes were not much, so Xu Jiaoqin controlled them and tried to get everyone a share. Fried tomato and egg, fried pepper and pork, steamed spare ribs. Everyone had a chopstick of fried tomato and egg, a slice of pepper, a slice of meat, and a piece of spare ribs. There were not many things, but when they looked at the bowl of rice, everyone had an urge to cry. At the end, there was still a little juice of fried tomato and egg, and everyone unanimously decided to give the food to Xu Jiaoqin. Xu Jiaoqin carefully poured the porridge in the bowl into the lunchbox of fried tomato and egg, so that every grain of rice was dipped in the juice of fried tomato and egg. When the color of the porridge turned into a light red, Xu Jiaoqin started to eat. The first bite was the porridge, which was dipped in the juice of fried tomato and egg, and it was sour and sweet, with a very special taste. The second bite, Xu Jiaoqin picked up a piece of pepper. The pepper was soaked in water, so it was not so spicy anymore, only a little spicy, soft, and delicious. Then there was fried meat, spare ribs. Every bite was delicious. Especially the fried meat and spare ribs, which were better than all the meat she had eaten. Unlike the meat of mutant beasts, which was bitter, smelly and hard to chew. The fried meat was fragrant and the spare ribs were tender. She had never eaten such delicious meat. After eating this meat, how could she eat the meat of mutant beasts in the future? Unconsciously, Xu Jiaoqin had liked the bowl once. After coming to her senses, Xu Jiaoqin's face was a little red, but when she looked around, her partner next to her was holding the bowl and licking it for the third time. It's delicious. How come it's gone? Oden held the bowl, unwilling to believe this fact. Is the boss still short of people? Oden asked Aqian. I think not. Aqian looked at the empty bowl and felt uncomfortable. He announced that the steamed spare ribs tasted better than instant noodles. Okay, don't think too much. 40 packs of instant noodles, the boss has given enough. Wang Xin's face was very calm, but a closer look showed that the bowl in his hand was also unbelievably clean. The earrings haven't been exchanged yet. We'll go again tomorrow and exchange the instant noodles for contribution points from others. They've eaten the instant noodles and enjoyed them. They need to think about the future. The people who went out to look for gold today didn't find anything. It's unlikely that they can survive by exchanging gold for things in the future. After they exchange this earring, they will have to go back to their previous lives. The instant noodles they exchanged tomorrow and the ham sausages they bought yesterday will be enough to eat for more than 10 days. As for the box of instant noodles, they will just hide it and take it out when they really starve to death in the future. Wang Xin is very satisfied. They are also considered to have assets. Because of the Galaxy supermarket, they went from being on the verge of starvation to having a box of instant noodles in stock. They should be content. Don't go looking for it tomorrow. Just do what you should have done before. There is nothing left to be found on that piece of land. They should go back to their normal lives. But someone was not willing to give up. He wanted to find more gold. He didn't want to go out of the base every day to look for wild vegetables, fight with others for wild vegetables, look for work everywhere, get beaten, and not have enough to eat like before. Can't he try harder to find more gold? How much food can a small piece of gold exchange for? Gold is not that easy to find. It's amazing that we found 2 gold earrings. Wang Xin is very open-minded. They have already got a lot. Some people are reluctant, but Wang Xin is the boss and they have to listen to him. But there are still a few people who want to look through it again after finishing their work. What if they are lucky and find it? Several packets of instant noodles. How much food can be exchanged? They have already eaten instant noodles and good meals, and they still want to eat better. They don't want to be hungry all the time. How happy it is to be full, and they want to be happy forever. Wang Xin is so smart that he knows what those people are thinking when he sees them rolling their eyes. He didn't want to stop him. You can go find it yourself, just be careful. Don't delay your work, acting coquettishly and cutely to ask for votes. Chapter 37 Heavy Rain. Wang Xin and his team had planned to find work as soon as the sun rose, but they didn't expect a heavy rain in the middle of the night to ruin the plan. The rain fell in the middle of the night without any signs or gradual progress. It was a heavy rain as soon as it fell. Wang Xin's house was already broken, and a light rain could still block it, But the rain tonight was too heavy. The rain flowed in through the damaged parts, and in a blink of an eye, the house became a water curtain cave. It was impossible to sleep. Everyone was awakened by the rain. Ajin looked at the rain falling in the house, not realizing the seriousness of the problem, and was in the mood to joke. It seems that we can't work tomorrow, we have to repair the roof first. Besides, if the rain doesn't stop, not many people will come out. If you get caught in the rain, you will get sick. The medicine in the end times is so precious that not everyone can afford it. Wang Xin was the first to notice something was wrong. This rain, is it too heavy? It wasn't long before there was a shallow layer of water on the floor. Although they were in low terrain, the speed was too fast. He suspected that it was. Pack up the important things quickly. I doubt this rainstorm will stop anytime soon, Wang Xin said as he packed his things as quickly as possible. Everyone knew what an unstoppable rainstorm meant. Gauden was dumbfounded. No way. Isn't the safe period over yet? It's only been a few days since the good days. Gauden didn't want to believe Wang Xin's guess, but he didn't say he would stay here, and he quickly packed up his things. If it's really like what Wang Xin said, all their things here will be washed away. Humans have struggled to survive for 10 years in the apocalypse. During these 10 years, various natural disasters have come. Slowly, the survivors have vaguely figured out some patterns. After some natural disasters, there will be a relatively stable period, which people call a safe period. The length of the safe period is generally predicted by the relevant person in charge of the base. It is impossible to predict what the next disaster will be, but the approximate date can be predicted. The Sun base hasn't notified recently. Gauden didn't want to believe it. If the rainstorm really continued, all the firewood they had collected would be flooded, and all their things would be washed away. They were very skilled in dealing with natural disasters, and they packed up their things in a short time. But when they were leaving, Xia Akeo suddenly remembered the box of instant noodles they had buried. This was their important property. Brother Wang Xin, instant noodles, it's okay. The plastic is waterproof. Bury it there first. The instant noodles were packed tightly, so there was no need to worry about them getting soaked. They buried them very deep, and there was firewood on top, so there was no need to worry about them being washed away. Some people were still worried, but since Wang Xin had said so, they didn't dare to say they would dig them out now. A group of people took their things and ran up the high mountain in the base overnight. One side of the Sun base was backed by the mountain, and the remaining 3 sides were surrounded by themselves. This was to have a place to go in case of a heavy rain, and the base was flooded. Wang Xin didn't care whether they would get wet or not at this moment. They were afraid that if they waited any longer, the water would be too deep and they wouldn't be able to walk. They didn't have a boat, and the water was too deep so they had to swim across. If they really had to swim across, they would have lost the things in their hands. Moreover, they went up the mountain early so that they could grab a good position. Wang Xin and his friends thought they were fast enough, but they didn't expect that when they climbed up, there were already quite a few people on the mountain. Fortunately, there were not many people, and there was still a place to choose. There were many naturally formed caves on the mountain. Later, in order to accommodate more people, the base also sent people up to dig a few more caves. Anyway, there was enough space for the people in the Sun base. Wang Xin took his friends and chose a position closer to the inside. They came early and could choose such a good position. The last people to come could only choose the middle of the crowd. There were people on all sides, which made it inconvenient to do anything and easy to be stolen. Wang Xin and his friends had several experiences. After finding a good position, they began to arrange their future residence. With a lot of experience and proficiency, they finished it soon. After finishing it, everyone breathed a sigh of relief. At this time, they felt sleepy. You guys go to sleep first. Gauden and I will keep watch. Ajin and Dongdong will switch later. In the cave, not everyone can sleep soundly. Someone has to stay to keep watch. Otherwise, when you wake up the next day, you will find that everything except the people has been stolen. The others were not polite and hurried to sleep. They are all used to it. Wang Xin looked at his sleeping partner, then looked at the people who kept crawling into the cave, and sighed. Tomorrow will be busy. Wang Xin secretly touched the 5 sausages wrapped in clothes. He was thinking of exchanging the sausages for contribution points. Who knows that the safe period will pass in an instant. Lin Muxue was awakened by the rain in the middle of the night. His bed was next to the window, and he didn't close the window last night. When it rained heavily, he was soaked by the rain. When he woke up, he was dumbfounded. The cold rain poured on his face, and he couldn't even open his eyes. After finally closing the window, he found that his whole body was wet, and the bed was no exception. It was soaked. Lin Muxue sneezed and got goosebumps all over his body. Fuck. I'm freezing. Lin Muxue was afraid of catching a cold, so he took a shower and changed his clothes. He wiped his hair with a towel and looked at the rain outside the window that was like a waterfall. He realized it later and cursed. What are those people in charge of observation at the base doing? After wiping his hair twice, Lin Muxue thought of his good brother Qi Yan. Qi Yan usually wears headphones to listen to music when he sleeps. He estimated that Qi Yan couldn't hear it in such a heavy rain. Lin Muxue put on 2 pieces of clothes and a raincoat and rushed out. As a result, the rain was too heavy and the raincoat couldn't withstand it at all, so the shower he had just taken wasted. Lin Muxue fell while wading in the water. When he walked to Qi Yan's house, he looked terrible. When Qi Yan opened the door, he almost didn't recognize him. You are awake. Lin Muxue wiped the water off his face. He thought Qi Yan was still sleeping. This person likes to keep healthy the most. Seeing the wet and dirty Lin Muxue, Qi Yan didn't want to let him in. His house was so clean, and Lin Muxue would get dirty if he came in. But thinking that Lin Muxue might be like this just to come and see him, Qi Yan let go of the door handle, turned sideways, and let him in. It's flooded outside, and I think half of the first floor is flooded. Lin Muxue was a little scared when he said it was flooded. Fortunately, his house was on a high floor, otherwise he wouldn't even have the chance to take a shower. Let's hurry up and go to the mountain. It's not certain how long this heavy rain will last, and whether it will flood the tallest house in the base, but the mountain is high, and it is the least likely to be flooded. Okay. Go take a shower first. Qi Yan endured, and didn't just grab the dirty Lin Muxue and throw him into the bathtub at home and flush him with a hose. Chapter 38 Rubber Boat. No. I just finished showering. If I shower now, I'll get wet again when I go out later. Lin Muxue thought it was unnecessary. The most important thing for them now was to climb the mountain quickly. If you don't shower now, I'll throw you down right away. Qi Yan closed his eyes. If Lin Muxue didn't shower again, he would not be able to resist. Okay. When Lin Muxue saw him like this, he knew that he was suffering from mysophobia. Thinking that Qi Yan's place was also quite high, and it would not be flooded for a while, he was a little relieved. He went to shower quickly. Since he had showered once before, Lin Muxue showered very casually this time. He just rinsed it with water and was done. The clothes were given to him by Qi Yan. Qi Yan put a lot of his things in his space, including his clothes. During the time he was showering, Qi Yan put all the things that could be taken away from home into his space. They were all non-renewable, and if they were less, they would be really less. Let's go. Qi Yan put on a coat. After the heavy rain, the temperature also dropped. Wait, aren't you going to wear a raincoat? Lin Muxue looked at him in surprise. Isn't Qi Yan the most fond of cleanliness? How could he stand being exposed to the rain? If you don't know, there are pollutants in the rain. No need. I have recently developed a small skill, and it's a good time to try out the effect. Okay, since Qi Yan is not afraid, Lin Muxue is even less afraid. Lin Muxue put on the raincoat just now, and the raindrops on the raincoat wet the floor of Qi Yan's house. Qi Yan kept repeating in his heart for a long time, this is his friend, and then he resisted the urge to beat him. Unfortunately, Lin Muxue was a little thick-skinned and didn't realize anything. After Lin Muxue changed into the raincoat, the two went downstairs. However, the rain seemed to be falling too fast. In such a short time, the first floor was flooded, and the second floor was also flooded. A resident on the second floor was packing up his things, and he was about to cry when he saw the water flooding in. Lin Muxue saw it and advised him. Let's go quickly. Don't worry about the things for now. If he stayed any longer, he would not be able to leave. Do you think we have an uncle who is an official like you? These are all things we risked our lives to buy. If they are lost, you have to compensate us. This family obviously knew Lin Muxue, who often came to see Qi Yan. The other party did not appreciate it, and Lin Muxue felt bored and his face turned cold. Qi Yan took a look and retracted his gaze. There were several residents on the second floor. Except for the one who wanted to collect the things and was unwilling to leave, the other families had already run away when they saw that something was wrong. They didn't even close the door. He found a nearby house that was not closed, walked in directly, and found the balcony. First, he used his supernatural power to attach a layer of water film around himself, otherwise the rain would fall on him. Then he stepped onto the balcony, took an inflated rubber boat from the space and put it in the water. Lin Muxue stared at his actions in amazement. The water-based supernatural power could be used in this way. Brother, I want one too, I want one too. With this water film, why does he need this useless raincoat on his body? Lin Muxue stared straight at Qi Yan. Qi Yan didn't want him to dirty his rubber boat, so after asking Lin Muxue to take off his raincoat, he also attached a layer of water film to him, wrapping him up tightly. Hey! Really good. Lin Muxue even deliberately got close to the balcony to get wet in the rain. This rain can't get in at all. Qi Yan looked at his idiotic behavior, adjusted his glasses, and didn't directly say he was stupid. It was still stupid after saying it. Qi Yan stepped on the balcony and jumped into the rubber boat. Lin Muxue jumped in after having enough fun. After both of them sat in, Qi Yan covered the water film around them to the entire rubber boat. Lin Muxue started rowing very consciously. The rubber boat was provided by Qi Yan. As expected, he would eat, drink, and live in Qi Yan's house soon. After all, he didn't bring anything except clothes when he came out. Everything was with Qi Yan. Lin Muxue paddled towards the mountain for a while, but Qi Yan suddenly asked him to change direction. Where are we going? Aren't we going to the mountain? Lin Muxue was a little confused. Qi Yan didn't mean to explain, he just asked him to change direction. All his assets were with Qi Yan, and the rubber boat also belonged to Qi Yan. How could Lin Muxue dare not disobey? He changed direction and continued paddling with grievance. After paddling for a while, he finally realized that this was the direction to the supermarket. So stuffy. Lin Muxue looked at Qi Yan, who was sitting upright with no expression on his face, and cursed in his heart. Then he continued to row resignedly. He paddled and paddled. Hey. After Lin Muxue's unremitting efforts, he finally paddled to the supermarket. The supermarket was also flooded, just to the second floor. Qi Yan patted Lin Muxue and asked him to call for help. Why don't you shout? Didn't you want to come? You shout, shouldn't he do this kind of good thing himself? Lin Muxue didn't understand Qi Yan's thoughts. Qi Yan adjusted his glasses modestly. You shout, Lin Muxue, damn, I'm wearing broken glasses for escaping, and I'm not nearsighted. Lin Muxue cursed in his heart, but still started to shout loudly. Yin. Su Yinhe. Are you there? I'm Lin Muxue. Qi Yan and I are here to find you, Su Yinhe. Qi Yan covered his ears in advance. Lin Muxue shouted without hesitation, as loud as he could, and successfully called out Su Yinhe, who lived on the 5th floor. When Su Yinhe heard her name, she thought she had listened to the radio drama for too long at night and was hallucinating. It was not until she heard the rest of the content that she realized that someone was looking for her. Su Yinhe was confused when she woke up this morning and looked at the heavy rain outside. After breakfast, she was even more confused when she went downstairs to open the supermarket. Because she found that the outside of the 1st floor was full of water. She found through the glass that the outside had become an underwater world. The supermarket had been modified by the system, but no water came in. But it looks like there will be no business today. The door of the supermarket was open, and the water would not come in. The protection provided by the system was still very powerful. But there shouldn't be anyone who dives to buy things. She could only run up to the 5th floor again, looking at the endless rain, worrying that the whole supermarket would be flooded. The water couldn't come in, but if it flooded the whole supermarket, when would the water recede? Would she be able to do business? But there was nothing she could do after thinking so much. She couldn't stop the rain directly, so she could only make herself a beef hot pot. Rainy days are very suitable for eating hot pot. However, when her hot pot was cooking, she heard someone calling her name. It seemed to be an acquaintance. Su Yinhe could only pick up a piece of kelp and put it in her mouth, chewing it, and then ran to the window and opened it. There was a layer of protective film produced by the system outside the window, so the rain couldn't get in, but Lin Muxue's voice could get in. Su Yinhe waved at them. Why are you here? And they were sitting in a rubber boat. Are you okay? It's raining so hard. Qi Yan is worried that your supermarket will be flooded, so he asked you if you want to come with us, Lin Muxue said, nudging Qi Yan next to him with his elbow. Of course, Qi Yan didn't ask, but as a qualified friend, he had learned to read Qi Yan's mind. Chapter 39 Butter Hot Pot. In fact, Even if the supermarket flooded, water would not enter, and she could still enjoy the scenery of the underwater world. But obviously, Qian and Lin Muren didn't know, and they came to save her specially. They rode a long way here, and Su Yin was embarrassed to let them go. It just so happened that the supermarket had been opened here for so long, and it was time to move to a new location. Then she would go to investigate the place first. Su Yin waved her hand. Wait a minute, I'll pack up the things, okay, then you go slowly, don't rush. It was a good time for him to take a break. His poor hands were sore after rowing for so long. Lin Muren pressed his arms, glanced at Qian who was sitting upright, and shook his head. What a sin. Ever since he met Qian, he couldn't escape the fate of a coolie. After Su Yin told them, she ran back and put the still cooking beef hot pot inside dishes into the space, and also put some clothes, self-heating hot pot, instant noodles, medicines. She ran all over the 5 floors, stuffing things into the space, and when it was almost full, she put the tablet and mobile phone in. Then she found a rope and tied it to the window. Lin Muren also rowed the rubber boat closer. Su Yin grabbed the rope and jumped down in a few steps. Very flexible. Lin Muren was a little envious. After Su Yin sat on it, she discovered the existence of the water film. No wonder it was not wet at all. Su Yin stretched out her finger curiously and poked it. Yin, what kind of superpower do you have? So flexible, Lin Muren asked curiously. I learned rock climbing. Su Yin was so bold because she relied on the fact that she would not die. As for superpowers, Su Yin herself didn't know. So there was no positive response. She didn't even know if she had superpowers. Here, Qian watched the two of them talking, and silently took out a dry towel from his space and handed it to Su Yin. Su Yin came down wearing a raincoat, and after sitting in, she took off her raincoat when she found a water film. After such a short while, the rest of her body was not very wet. But her bangs were a little wet. Thank you. Su Yin had a raincoat in her space, but she didn't refuse when Qian handed it to her. After taking it, she began to wipe her hair. It wasn't very wet, and it was almost wet after a few wipes. Su Yin wanted to throw the wipe towel into the space, but Qian was faster than her. When she stopped wiping, he took it and threw it into his own space. After receiving it, Lin Muren started paddling again. Ha-ho-ha-ho-he. Very hard. Finally, Su Yin joined in, one on each side, and continued to ha-ho-he. Very tacit understanding. So tacit that Qian pushed Lin Muren away and did it himself. Lin Muren had nothing in his hands and looked at Qian rowing in shock. Qian. He actually rowed the boat himself. Oh my god. What is he crazy about? Qian and Su Yin were on the left and right, and the rubber boat slowly floated up the mountain along the current. Lin Muren looked at the two of them and felt that he had mastered the method of making Qian do the work himself. On the water, everyone either held a wooden board, a larger branch, or a plastic basin. People like Qian who rowed the rubber boat directly attracted everyone's attention. At first, some people didn't notice who was sitting on the rubber boat. When they saw such a good rubber boat, their first reaction was to grab it. After a few threats, they saw Qian rowing the boat. Qian's eyes were cold. The person who shouted met Qian's eyes and fell into the water in fear. It turned out to be Qian, the psychopath. Brother Qi is awesome. Seeing this, Lin Muren whistled at Qian. Su Yin hesitated for a moment, then clapped his hands. Qian took the paddle and splashed some water on Lin Muren's face. Lin Muren felt very aggrieved after being attacked suddenly. It was not right to praise others. Brother Qi, I'm praising you. Muren, I'm rewarding you. Now Lin Muren was speechless. Lin Muren stretched his hand to the water surface, thought about the consequences, and finally did not dare to act rashly. He couldn't afford to offend Qian. He could only bear this grievance by himself. Lin Muren hugged his poor self tightly. While hugging, he sniffed. Was it an illusion? Why did it seem to smell like a beef hot pot? Lin Muren looked over and saw Su Yin holding chopsticks and stuffing potato chips into his mouth. You, eating potato chips on the rubber boat? One slice. Su Yin took out another pair of chopsticks, picked up the chopsticks in the air, and a potato chip appeared on the chopsticks. She had just eaten a kelp slice in the freshly cooked beef hot pot. Now that she was not rowing, it was not too much to take the time to eat a potato chip. Lin Muren's heart was numb. It was great to have space. Why didn't he have space? Woo 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 woo. How could this be possible? Lin Muren was sad, but he ate very quickly. If he took the chopsticks directly, the potato chips would fall off, so he opened his mouth and bit the potato chips, and then took the chopsticks. Su Yinhe seized the time, took out a small bowl, and put several pieces of potato cubes and tofu into the bowl. The two of them took one chopstick each, and they ate quickly without fear of the heat. After eating the bowl, Su Yinhe put her chopsticks, bowl and Lin Muxue's chopsticks into the space and continued paddling. Qi Yan, who watched the whole process, what a good tooth. Qi Yan retracted his gaze and concentrated on paddling. Their rubber boat was too eye-catching, and they were stopped several times along the way. As a result, every time they saw Qi Yan, the people who stopped and wanted to grab the rubber boat jumped into the water in fear. Su Yinhe and Lin Muxue took the opportunity to eat hot pot with small bowls. Qi Yan was responsible for showing his face to scare people. In addition to those who wanted to grab the boat, there were also those who asked for help. Qi Yan ignored them all. There was still room on the rubber boat, but he didn't want anyone to get on. He had no sympathy. Who knew what kind of person the person who came up was? Was he really as pitiful as they showed? As for Lin Muxue, he had no say, he had nothing. Su Yinhe had sympathy, but not much. There were so many people in the water. If everyone was saved, the rubber boat would capsize. It would be bad to save this one and not save the other. It would be better not to save anyone. What's more, she was rescued and it wasn't her rubber boat. She had no right to talk about saving people. Seeing the three people rowing away indifferently, the person who had just been pitifully saying good things to ask for help immediately cursed. Are you human beings? Fuck you. You have no love at all. You watched someone die without helping. Qi Yan is rubbish. Qi Yan didn't react and was rowing hard. Lin Muxue, who had nothing to do, was a little angry when he heard this. He turned around and used his supernatural power to knock the person who was greeting their ancestors into the water. He actually dared to scold his brother Qi. Is his brother Qi someone they can scold? He only dared to curse secretly in his heart. These grandsons actually cursed so loudly. They finally rowed to the edge of the mountain after going through many difficulties. The water was too shallow and they could not row any further. The three of them got off the rubber boat. Qi Yan put the rubber boat into the space, and the three of them began to climb the mountain. It took them a long time to climb to the place where there was a cave. There were already many people in the cave, talking, crying, cursing. Daily vote request. Chapter 40. Don't eat coriander. The cave was full of people. From time to time, a few dirty words were heard. It was suddenly flooded in the middle of the night, and the family belongings were lost as expected. The cave was crowded and noisy. In this environment, everyone's temper is like a powder keg, which will explode at any time. The slightest friction will start to curse. So-and-so took up an extra seat, so-and-so just moved sneakily and might have stolen someone's things. Just a little spark can start a quarrel. Brother Qi, do you want to change the cave? This cave is full of people. Qi Yan, who is so picky, will definitely not choose this place. Of course, Qi Yan will not say it clearly. After all, there is a boss next to him, so he can only be a mouthpiece. Qi Yan looked at Su Yinhe. Su Yinhe quickly said that he had no objection. So the three continued to climb. It took a long time to find a cave with a little less people, but it didn't seem to be much less. The good positions were all occupied. If they go in, they can only choose a position in the middle of the crowd. Lin Muxue, what should we do, Brother Qi? He didn't care. He lived a rough life and could sleep anywhere. But Qi Yan was different. He definitely didn't want to sleep in the middle of the crowd. Qi Yan glanced at him and said nothing. Then he walked into the cave and took a lighter to exchange with a person who had a good position. After the man took the lighter, he nodded to Qi Yan and then directed his family to move. Qi Yan crossed his arms and turned to them. It was a bit far away and his expression could not be seen clearly, but even from such a distance, Lin Muxue could feel his contempt. Lin Muxue didn't care either. He was used to Qi Yan's bad temper. He despised him every day and got used to it. Seeing that Qi Yan had found a good position, Lin Muxue happily pulled Su Yinhe around and came to Qi Yan. When Qi Yan saw him coming, he took out 3 tents from the space. Without Qi Yan's words, Lin Muxue began to set up the tents very consciously. Then, what should I do? Su Yinhe asked weakly. Lin Muxue went to set up the tent, and Qi Yan was the supervisor, so what was she doing? Qi Yan turned his head to look at her, took a look, then took out a piece of cloth from the space, spread it on the ground, and took out some canned snacks and juice. If you ignore the time and place, it looks like a picnic. Sit down, Qian pointed to the place that had been arranged. The meaning was obvious. She sat there obediently to eat and watched Lin Muxue do the hard work. Su Yinhe hesitated for a moment, looked at Lin Muxue who was still struggling, and then looked at Qian who was smiling, and finally chose to sit down. She took a chocolate, opened it and ate it slowly. Not long after, Qian was tired of standing. He took a chair from the space, sat on it, and drank a cup of hot soy milk. The chair was not an ordinary chair, and there were some patterns engraved on it that looked very expensive. Ignoring the coffee in Qian's hand and the surrounding environment, just looking at Qian's posture, he looked like he was drinking afternoon tea in his own backyard. The chocolate in his mouth suddenly didn't smell good. Su Yinhe finished the chocolate and ate a can of yellow peaches. After finishing the meal, she thought of her own hot pot again, and took out a small bowl and chopsticks. Qian smelled the smell. And seeing that she was so pitiful eating hot pot, he put away the things on the cloth, took out a table, and took out a chair. He asked her to put the hot pot on it. Then, somehow, the two of them started eating hot pot. Coincidentally, neither of them eats coriander. The revolutionary friendship deepened rapidly. It was just a pity for the people around them. The smell of hot pot was so strong that before long, the whole cave was filled with the smell of hot pot, beef hot pot, and the smell was overbearing. Those who were quarreling, crying, and complaining all stopped, and looked at the two people who were eating hot pot. "Mom, Mom! It smells so good." The child who was crying to go home stopped crying. The mother didn't respond for a long time. "Mom!" The child looked at the mother, who knew that the mother was also drooling. Others escaped death, and the two of them were on vacation. In an instant, the hatred value was full. Some people who knew Qian didn't dare to go up to him and cause trouble when they saw that it was Qian. I don't know if they cursed him in their hearts. But not everyone knows Qian. Just now, an old lady came up with a child and wanted to eat. The child cried in the old lady's arms, crying and sobbing. Qian looked difficult to approach, so the old lady didn't choose him, but chose Su Yinhe, who had a tender face. "Little girl, what are you eating here? Give my grandson a few bites. My grandson has a miserable life. His mother died early and he didn't even have a few sips of milk. He doesn't usually have any good food. He was asleep just now, but he woke up because of his greed. I was thinking, can you give my grandson a few bites to try?" Su Yinhe had just eaten a piece of cabbage leaf and hadn't swallowed it yet when she saw an old lady coming up, calling her grandson and pinching her grandson. Her position was a bit tricky, and she just saw the old lady pinching the child with one hand. The old lady said she was going to give it to her grandson, but her saliva was about to flow down. She stretched her neck so long that she wanted to bury her head in the pot. Su Yinhe looked at the red bottom of the pot, then at the child with a sallow face, and fell silent. Seeing that she didn't say anything, the old lady thought she agreed, and her face lit up. She let go of her grandson's hand, and didn't fear the heat, and directly reached out to grab it. Su Yinhe was close, and she could see the dirt under the old lady's fingernails clearly. Seeing that the hot pot that she hadn't eaten much was about to be eaten, Qian moved his fingers, and a big water ball directly wrapped around the old lady and threw it back. The old lady cried ouch, fell to the ground, immediately threw the child aside, and then touched her old waist. "What are you doing? You actually bully an old lady like me, come and see. Someone is bullying the elderly and children, someone's dead, help." The old lady covered her old waist, and the grandson lying next to her didn't even look at her, and sat on the ground and rolled around. "You must compensate me with 10 kilograms of food. Otherwise, this matter will not end." The old lady was lying on the ground, pointing at them and shouting. Qian didn't even raise his eyes, and picked up a piece of fat beef roll with a dip. As for Su Yinhe, she had eaten all the kelp and took out a basket from the space. The old lady lay on the ground and howled for a long time before she realized that something seemed wrong. In the past, when she did this, the other party would not be so calm. There would be people around who would immediately act as messengers of justice and come to help her. Especially since she was holding a child. Children are hope, and the base has always encouraged everyone to have children, but not many women are willing to have children. It is not easy for a woman to survive in the face of disasters. If she gets pregnant at this time, it is no different from sending herself to death. The base also gave a lot of subsidies for this. Many men want to make their wives and girlfriends pregnant and then receive this subsidy. But few women who have lived for so long in the end times are stupid. Therefore, the fertility rate of the base is still not going up, and every child is precious. Therefore, the old lady used to hold a child to make a fraud, and she was always successful. When the patrol team saw the child, they always sided with her. The onlookers would also help her blame the other party. Chapter 41. Who dares to mess with him? The old lady could no longer howl, and secretly looked at the people around her. She was so anxious. Why didn't anyone help her? People nowadays are all cold-hearted, just like her unlucky daughter-in-law, who secretly ate all the food she found, and didn't know how to respect her mother-in-law. These people were the same, watching the two people beating her, and didn't know how to help. It's the end of the world, and even love is gone. The old lady was shocked when she saw it. Although the people around her were all around, no one dared to speak. There were also a few who brought their children and covered their children's mouths, fearing that their children would make a fuss about eating hot pot. They didn't dare to touch Qian's things. Qian is a psychopath. Who dares to provoke him? Those who know him don't dare to provoke him. Those who don't know him see this posture and guess that Qian is probably a big boss. Didn't you see that the powerful people in front didn't say anything? They don't even have superpowers. How dare they provoke? So, unknowingly, the whole cave was left with only the old ladies howling and the sound of Lin Muxue working. The others watched the show quietly. There were a few mothers who felt sorry for the baby lying on the ground, but there was nothing they could do. Su Yinhe looked at the people around her, and Qian, who was eating beef rolls again. It seemed that the person who had hot pot with her was not ordinary. The old lady howled twice again, but seeing that no one helped, Qian and Su Yinhe did not respond, and she could not howl anymore. Keep going. Qian did not stop using his chopsticks, and when he heard no more sound, he said 3 words lightly. The voice was not loud, but it echoed throughout the cave. You, keep going, old lady. Yell a few more times, maybe our brother Qi will be happy to hear it and reward you with 2 bags of food. Seeing this, some people did not mind the trouble and started to make a fuss. As long as they did not provoke this psychopath, they were still happy to watch the fun. After all, in this end of the world, there is nothing, and usually they try their best to survive, which is very depressing. It is so rare to be able to watch the fun. Yes, Qian doesn't have much of anything, but she eats a lot. She's also generous. If you shout a few more times, she'll be happy to hear it, and maybe she'll reward you. Louder. Old lady, weren't you very loud just now? There were people in the cave who had been blackmailed by the old lady, and they didn't miss the opportunity to add fuel to the fire. They finally got some food, and this damn old lady saw that they had food and ran up to them shamelessly to ask for food. They had exchanged their lives for this little food, so who would be willing to give it to an old lady they didn't know for no reason? Naturally, they refused. When the old lady heard it, she shouted at them at the top of her voice that they had no love, and then rolled on the ground with her child in her arms. The patrol team in the base saw that the old lady was holding a child, and although they knew she was trying to scam people, they were indeed punished because of the rules and regulations. Now seeing this damn old lady blackmailing Qian, a psychopath, they were naturally happy to watch the show, and occasionally added fuel to the fire. Okay. You guys are teaming up to bully an old lady who is about to be buried. You have no shame. The old lady was dumbfounded when she heard what they said, but she still had the strength to fight, so she immediately started to spray. Oh, this is the end of the world. If you want to be buried, just do it quickly. Resources are tight now, and you, an old lady who can't do anything, must learn to save resources for the base. With these resources, your grandchildren can grow better. These sarcastic words upset the old lady. The old lady also forgot about Su Yinhe and Qian who were still eating hot pot, and started to quarrel with the person who said this. After a while, it turned into a melee. If you can't win the quarrel, then fight. In this way, only Qian and Su Yinhe were eating hot pot quietly. And there was Lin Muxue, the fool, who was still struggling with the tent. Concentrated. When Lin Muxue finally set up the tent and wanted to take credit, he found that the 2 people behind him were eating hot pot happily. There was also a big fight next to him. Lin Muxue looked at them in disbelief. Okay. I'm working as a laborer there, and you guys are eating hot pot here? Where's justice? Do you want to eat? Yes, sit down if you want to eat. Qian gave him a look and took out a chair. After Lin Muxue sat down, Su Yinhe took out a bowl and chopsticks very smoothly. Make the dipping sauce yourself, okay. Lin Muxue made the dipping sauce very skillfully and joined the team to grab the food very skillfully. Hey, Brother Chi, that's the fat beef roll I ordered. Yin, get another plate of potatoes. Potatoes are delicious, I'll have a piece of the kelp you ordered. Hey, where's the duck intestine I ordered? Where's my small greens? Where's my wide noodles? The dinner table was filled with Lin Muxue's voice. The key is that he just said what he said, and his movements were not slow at all. After the three of them finished eating the hot pot, Su Yinhe put the remaining pot and garbage into the space, and then took out milk tea, 1 cup of milk tea for each person. At this time, Lin Muxue had time to ask, what happened just now? Well, that's that. It was a scam. Su Yinhe tried to organize his words. Then the righteous masses couldn't stand it anymore. Lin Muxue chewed a pearl. Tell me about it in detail. Lin Muxue became interested. Eating melons, this is what he is good at? Su Yinhe glanced at Qian, who was drinking milk tea seriously, and lowered his voice to tell Lin Muxue in detail the development and ending of the matter. Lin Muxue listened with relish. Just when he was about to have a good chat with Su Yinhe, Qian asked him to sort out the pots and pans, as well as various daily necessities that they would use in the next few days. Lin Muxue, he asked him to wash the pot again. Lin Muxue finished his milk tea as quickly as possible. After drinking it, there were still some pearls at the bottom of the cup. He picked off the seal and poured them all into his mouth, then resigned himself to packing up his things. He cursed while cleaning up. Of course, he didn't dare to curse directly, he could only curse secretly in his heart. He thought the pearls in his mouth were Qian and chewed them viciously. Su Yinhe didn't plan to live with him, but the tent was set up, so she also experienced it a little. It's a supermarket, so you can move tomorrow. The three of them had a hot pot for lunch and didn't eat anything else at noon. 2 of the 3 of them had space and didn't have to worry about food and drink. But the other people in the cave were not like them. Most of the people in the cave woke up in the middle of the night and fled up. They only thought about escaping and didn't bring much stuff with them. They swam hard in the water for a long time before swimming here. Now they are cold and hungry. And there is nothing. That's fine, but they also have to smell other people's hot pot. If one of them hadn't been the psychopath Qian, they would have rushed up to grab it. When the base sent people to distribute free hot porridge at noon, the people in the cave held the hot porridge whose color they couldn't see clearly, and they were so moved that they cried. It's great. They can still have a hot meal. I thought they would starve like this. I didn't expect the base was still thinking about them at this time. Please vote. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelis. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 42 Hard-Earned Chicken Feet. The dinner distributed by the base was a steamed bun, a very hard bun. People with bad teeth couldn't bite it at all, but in this situation, it was good that the base was willing to give them food, and no one dared to be picky. Those with bad teeth soaked the bun in water, softened it a little, and then slowly ground it with their teeth. They could always eat it. Su Yinhe and the others didn't go to queue up, they had enough food. There was no ready-made food in Su Yinhe's space, only some fast food, and she didn't want to eat fast food dinner. Qian didn't want to eat fast food either. So they decided to cook it now. Qian took the supplies and walked around them. Not long after, there was a big circle around them. Then he took out a small generator, and Su Yinhe took out a few pots, and took out ribs, small yellow croaker, carrots, corn, small green vegetables, and some ingredients. Then the two looked at Lin Muxue in unison. Lin Muxue, who had nothing in his hands and couldn't take anything out, sighed, took the ingredients, and started cooking. First, cook the rice. Then blanch the ribs, remove and drain, and finally throw the blanched ribs, corn, and carrots into the pot, add water, salt and start cooking. While the soup is cooking, start preparing other dishes. Pan-fried small yellow croaker, stir-fried pork with peppers, fish-flavored pork shreds, and stir-fried small green vegetables. After these dishes are done, the carrot, corn and rib soup is also ready. Qian skillfully took out a table and chairs and arranged them, and Su Yinhe was responsible for serving the dishes. After serving the dishes, he also took a bottle of orange juice and 3 cups and filled them with orange juice. Lin Muxue was still a little dazed when he sat down. Why did he feel that the two of them were too tacit? Lin Muxue looked at the others who were chewing the steamed buns, and then looked at the food in front of him. He shrank his neck and felt that they seemed a little too arrogant. Would they really not be snatched away? Lin Muxue, you are a good cook. Su Yinhe likes to eat fish, and the first thing she ate was the pan-fried sori. After eating 2 bites, she began to praise it. Boys who can cook are rare. Right. When Su Yinhe and I went out before, I was the one who cooked. I practiced it. Speaking of this, Lin Muxue felt a little sad. He was also a kitchen bomber back then. After the end of the world, he met Su Yinhe and practiced it. It's all tears to talk about it. Su Yinhe, so Su Yinhe can't cook? Lin Muxue, he can, but he thinks it's troublesome and dirty. Lin Muxue's desire to talk reached its peak. Regardless of Su Yinhe's murderous eyes, he recounted the details of how he was still an idiot in the kitchen and how Su Yinhe forced him to cook. I almost blew myself up at that time. I told him that I couldn't learn it, but he didn't believe me and forced me to learn. When the pot exploded, he stayed away and didn't help me, Lin Muxue said while eating. Eat a few bites and say a few words. Su Yinhe, how miserable. Fortunately, he is still alive. He's too much, Su Yinhe. Yes, he, Su Yinhe, why did you step on me? Su Yinhe, don't talk while eating or sleeping, bah. You are talking now. Lin Muxue was not convinced, and then was stepped on a few more times. After dinner, it was still early and the cave was very noisy. Su Yinhe couldn't sleep. Seeing this, Su Yinhe gave her some earplugs. After Su Yinhe thanked him, she held a tablet and asked him if there was a big and flat place on the mountain with few people. Before Su Yinhe could answer, Lin Muxue couldn't wait to answer. The top of the mountain. The top of this mountain is flat and very big. Lin Muxue did it on purpose. He was stepped on by Su Yinhe a few times when he was eating just now, and now he must get revenge. Want to be alone? Wishful thinking. Finally found a way to get revenge on Su Yinhe. How big? Can there be a supermarket that can accommodate her? It's very big anyway, about 10 times bigger than your supermarket. The base wanted to grow vegetables on it before, but they couldn't grow them. Later, they wanted to raise mutant beasts, but the mutant beasts that originally had no wings grew wings and flew away after being rained on twice. Later, some high-level officials of the base wanted to build a small base on it, but the news leaked out, and the ordinary people in the base were dissatisfied and protested. It was also left unresolved. Then it was left abandoned. Why are you asking this? Nothing, it's just to find a place to open her own supermarket. It's not a big deal to be flooded all the time. How much gold can she earn from the time she wasted? That's all the guarantee for her future life of eating and waiting for death. When she entered the tent at night, Su Yinhe held a tablet and studied the advantages of opening a supermarket on the top of the mountain. The first advantage is that it is conspicuous. This mountain is bare, without even a tree, only some mutant grass that will not actively attack people. Now these mutant grasses are almost being pulled bald by the hungry people. She opened a supermarket on the top of the mountain and it will definitely be conspicuous. The second advantage is that there are many people. Although the location she opened before was close to the base, many people in the base thought she was a liar, and some ordinary people didn't dare to come. Most of the people who came were superpowers. Relatively speaking, the number was still a little small. It was not convenient for her to make money. The third advantage was that it was quiet. This cave was really too noisy, and even with headphones playing music, it couldn't be blocked. She could only tolerate it for one night at most. In addition, although she had been away for less than a day, she had already begun to miss her soft bed. The sleeping tent was still too small, not enough for her to roll around. She rolled around twice and then left. She had to keep watch at night. Although Su Yinhe was notorious, if they really slept and no one was watching, someone would definitely come to steal things. So someone had to be arranged to keep watch. Stealing is a small matter, but killing is a big matter. After all, Su Yinhe is a psychopath, and many people want to kill him. In addition, they have been so high profile all day, with rubber boats and hot pot generators. Now only Su Yinhe and Su Yinhe can come up with these things. In the end, it was decided that Lin Muxue would keep watch for the first half of the night and Su Yinhe for the second half of the night. They tacitly skipped Su Yinhe. Su Yinhe had some ulterior motives. Lin Muxue knew Su Yinhe's ulterior motives. Su Yin didn't even know about the night watch. It was only after she had researched the location and decided on a time to ask the supermarket to move the seat. And then she couldn't sleep, so she stretched out half of her body to get some fresh air and saw Lin Muxue watching the night with boredom that she found out. It happened that she couldn't sleep, so she brought some snacks over. When Lin Muxue saw the snacks she brought, he called her his savior. Su Yin, not really, really not. It was just some snacks. Yin, from now on, we are brothers. I will stick by you at all costs. If you have any problems, just come to me and I will definitely get it done for you. Lin Muxue looked at her affectionately. Su Yin shuddered. No one wanted to be his brother. Su Yin didn't respond, and Lin Muxue didn't care. He had already unilaterally identified Su Yin. Lin Muxue was excited to see so many snacks. He hesitated for a long time, then opened a bag of chicken feet and started to eat. He cherished the hard-earned chicken feet and gnawed them very seriously. He even chewed the bone several times, trying not to waste the chicken's life. Su Yin looked at him and wanted to tell him that there were still many chicken feet and he should not hang himself on one. Chapter 43 Teleporting Supermarket. Su Yin set the timer to 3 in the morning. At this time, people are sleepy and should not attract too much attention. Su Yin only thought that people were sleepy at this time and would not notice so many things. But she forgot that such a big supermarket would attract a lot of attention. Someone was on night watch and had to pee urgently, so he ran out of the cave to relieve himself and happened to notice a small corner of the supermarket. Night watch was boring, and the man was curious and ran up in the heavy rain to see. Then he saw a brightly lit 5-story supermarket. When he saw it, he thought he was dreaming, otherwise how could there be a supermarket with lights? He couldn't help but speed up his pace and finally came to the door of the supermarket. Looking at the glass door of the supermarket, he couldn't help but push it. It didn't push. He thought about it and slapped himself in the face. It hurt. It wasn't a dream. He looked around again, and there was no one. Although he didn't know why there was a supermarket here, it was obviously his chance. There were so many things, just take some and sell them when the time comes, and he will be rich. He no longer has to be humble for a bowl of porridge. He didn't connect the supermarket in front of him with the supermarket that was widely rumored in the base before. He was just a low-level person before, and couldn't even afford to eat. Not to mention gold. He didn't know how to collect such useless things before, and he didn't have the leisure to collect them. When he heard that he would exchange gold for it, he lost interest and ran to work. Moreover, he didn't expect that the supermarket could teleport. The man tried for a long time, but still couldn't push the supermarket door open. He didn't have superpowers, so he couldn't use superpowers to break the door. He could only look around, find a stone, and then smash it with all his strength. Glass, this thing will break if you hit it. But the man didn't expect that after he smashed it for a long time, there was not even a crack on the glass door. The man was dumbfounded. Why couldn't he break it? The man didn't believe it, and went to find a bigger stone, but it still didn't move. He lay on the glass door and looked at the items inside, very unwilling. Finally, he looked back every few steps. He wanted to go back to find someone. He couldn't break it, but couldn't a superpower be able to do it? He knew a gold-type superpower, and he asked him to come over and turn it into an axe. He didn't believe it, and he still couldn't break it open. Although if he did that, most of the things would belong to that superpower, and he could only take a little. But it's better than nothing. The man moved his gold-type superpower friend, but the gold-type superpower chopped the glass door for a long time with an axe, but the glass door didn't move at all. There was no other way, so the gold-type superpower went to find a fire-type superpower. The fire-type superpower burned the glass for a long time, but the glass didn't show any sign of melting. Then they brought in earth-type superpowers, wood-type superpowers, thunder-type superpowers, ice-type superpowers. When Su Yin sneaked to the supermarket in the heavy rain early in the morning, she found that there was a circle of superpowers outside the door of her supermarket, each showing their magical powers, knocking and hitting the glass door. Su Yin, what are you doing? Her baby supermarket. Who are you? Qin Mingzhao, the first gold-type supernatural person the man found, asked Su Yin, who was furious. Qin Mingzhao was awakened by the neurotic man before he woke up in the morning. The man told him mysteriously that there was a big supermarket on the top of the mountain, and there were many things in it. He didn't believe it at first, thinking that the man was dreaming and didn't wake up. But the man was betting and cursing, so he had no choice but to come and see it with a bad temper. When he came, he was determined to teach the man a lesson if there was nothing. It's not so easy to get rid of bad temper. And he even bothered him to come and see it in the heavy rain. As a result, unexpectedly, there really was a big supermarket suddenly appeared on the top of the mountain. At first, he thought it was built secretly by the group of senior executives of the base. But the more he looked, the more wrong it was. There were lights in the supermarket, and there was no one. If the people in the base built it, they must have sent a lot of people to guard it, and they wouldn't be so casual. After thinking about it, Qin Mingzhao took an axe to chop, and he couldn't chop it for a long time, so he started to call for help. The friends he called couldn't do it either, so he called for help again. After shaking for a while, most of the superpowers in a cave were shaken in. In the end, even with so many people, the glass door could not be taken down. Someone who had been to the Galaxy supermarket said that this supermarket was a bit like the Galaxy supermarket. But he was not sure. He did not expect that the supermarket would teleport. So after saying a few words, he joined the team and tried every means to break the glass. The owner of this supermarket, Su Yinhe, said fiercely. Anyone who saw a large group of people surrounding their home and smashing the door would be angry. You? Qin Mingzhao looked Su Yinhe up and down, and his questioning was obvious. Su Yinhe came in a raincoat and was wrapped up tightly. She was thin and small. She didn't look like it. After looking at her, Qin Mingzhao came to a conclusion. You say it's yours. This is in the wilderness, and I said it's mine. Qin Mingzhao was reluctant to give up such a big supermarket. There are so many things. After so long in the end of the world, who doesn't lack things? Qin Mingzhao is a powerful gold superpower. He doesn't have to worry about food and drink, but he also lacks some rare things. Tisk. Yours? Call it. See if it responds. Su Yinhe looked at him with disdain. She has a nice face and a nice figure. How can she be so shameless? Little girl, the supermarket can't talk. You are being unreasonable. Qin Mingzhao has been busy for a long time, but he is reluctant to give up the supermarket. No matter who owns the supermarket, he must get some benefits. But it responds when I call it. Su Yinhe took out the tablet and clicked it. Then he knocked on the glass door and raised his eyebrows. Tell him if I am the boss here. As soon as the voice fell, an electronic sound sounded like thunder. Yes. Master. Qin Mingzhao's single smile froze. Damn. This supermarket can talk. The other superpowers were also startled by the voice and took defensive postures. Damn, whose supermarket can talk? Seeing their expressions, Su Yinhe snorted. Her supermarket is her decision. Qin Mingzhao reacted quickly, and after being startled, he quickly changed his words. Sister, how much do you want to sell your things? Qin Mingzhao is still principled. Since the things cannot be robbed, then he can buy them. It must be difficult for such a big supermarket to be guarded by only a little girl. Sell some things to him at a low price, and he can help to make a scene. Don't let others bully her. Su Yinhe, look, this guy is talking like a human being. Who taught you to change your face? She remembered that she didn't seem to know this guy. How dare he take advantage of her? And he wanted to be her brother. Bah. Can anyone be her brother? Sister, open the door. It's not good to get wet in such heavy rain. We are men, it's okay to get wet. You are a girl, it will be bad if you get wet. Qin Mingzhao's tone is sincere, and people who don't know him would think he is a peerless good brother. Qin, peerless, Mingzhao, good brother, self-proclaimed. Chapter 44 The Best Brother. Su Yinhe's mouth twitched. She really didn't understand how someone could be so shameless. But she didn't want to get wet like this. Although she was wearing a raincoat, it hurt when it rained so hard. After she opened the door and went in, Qin Mingzhao followed in shamelessly. Other superpowers followed Qin Mingzhao in like a queue. The superpower who thought the supermarket looked like Yin's supermarket even told the person next to him that he was not mistaken. After a group of people went in, the floor was wet. Ah. Sister, I'm so sorry. We will definitely ask someone to mop the floor for you when we leave later. Su Yinhe, I remember I don't have a brother. Qin Mingzhao clapped his hands. It's a coincidence. It happened today. I was wondering why I dreamed of a magpie last night. It turned out that it was because I met you, my sister, today. Su Yinhe, it's so shameless. Go away. Bring gold when you buy things. You can exchange it over there. Su Yinhe pointed at the little robot and said. Don't try to get close to her and then ask her to give you a discount. To be a boss, you must first learn not to be a human. Gold. I didn't bring it today. Can I buy it on credit? Qin Mingzhao asked with a grin. It's a small business, no credit, the main character is cold and ruthless. This one bought it on credit, and the other one wanted to buy it on credit after seeing it. Is this business going to continue? She is not here to do charity. Sister, you have such a big supermarket, how can you still say it's small? Give me credit, and I promise that no one will dare to trouble you in the future. He is not bragging. He is Qin Mingzhao, a level 10 gold type supernatural person. If he says he wants to protect someone, no one will dare to trouble him. Others can't even ask for it. He also wants to help because he sees that this sister is pretty and has a supermarket. No need, Su Yinhe doesn't care. She is not an ordinary person, and the supermarket is not an ordinary supermarket. Unless someone bombs it with a nuclear bomb, she is not afraid. If you want to buy something, buy it. If you don't want to buy, leave. He calls her sister all the time. He took advantage of her at the first meeting. I don't know how many times he was beaten. Sister is so heartless. Qin Mingzhao looked at her with pity. Sister, if you need help in the future, you can come to me. My brother's name is Qin Mingzhao. Qin Mingzhao's Qin, Qin Mingzhao's Ming, Qin Mingzhao's Zhou. This man should have a lot of common topics with Lin Muxue. Su Yinhe heard his self-introduction and thought of Lin Muxue. Lin Muxue introduced herself in the same way. Lin Muxue stayed up for half the night and should be sleeping soundly now. She will go back later to tell them that the supermarket has moved, otherwise they will be worried if they don't see her early in the morning. I know. Buy something if you want. Su Yinhe waved her hands. She really didn't want to have another brother. To be honest, do you collect anything else besides gold? Qin Mingzhao has a big family and powerful supernatural powers, and he does have gold. But he was in a hurry when he came to the supermarket, and he didn't bring many things he needed. Not to mention the useless gold. Brother really didn't bring anything. Qin Mingzhao was still thinking about buying on credit first, and then going home to get the gold after the water level receded. The superpowers behind him nodded in unison. Qin Mingzhao didn't bring anything, so it was even more impossible for them to bring anything. But there were so many things in the supermarket, and they couldn't bear to leave. Some people had already made up their minds that if it really didn't work, they would just rob it. Anyway, they had already come in, and they would not be willing not to take something. They had been pounding on the glass outside for a long time. They were tired, hungry and cold. Those who wanted to rob directly had not heard much about the rumors about the supermarket. Some heard it, but didn't take it to heart. There were so many of them, and there was only one little girl. Even if her superpowers were strong, she would be outnumbered. Su Yinhe looked at so many people, and thought that everyone was fleeing here, and they really wouldn't bring gold and other things. Because it was of no use to them, at most they would bring some food and clothes when they escaped. If they only accepted gold, then she shouldn't have to open the store during the time she was on the top of the mountain. Okay then. In addition to gold, I also collect crystal cores. It was just right to stack some protective shields for her baby supermarket. If a superpower wants to improve his superpower, in addition to using his superpower more to gain experience, he can absorb crystal cores. It can be said that normal superpowers will carry some crystal cores to improve their superpowers. Then how do you collect them? Qin Mingzhao touched the several high-level crystal cores he carried with him. The crystal core of a zombie is a small grain. The higher the level, the darker the color of the crystal core. Zombies also have superpowers, and the crystal cores in the brains of zombies with different superpowers are also different in color. The crystal cores of zombies with gold superpowers are orange, wood superpowers are green, water superpowers are light blue, fire superpowers are red, earth superpowers are earthy yellow, ice superpowers are blue-purple, thunder superpowers are purple, and spirit superpowers are white. The crystal cores in the brains of superpowers are the same, but the shape is different from that of zombies. Level 1 is 5, level 2 is 10, level 3 is 25, level 4 is 50, level 5 is 100, level 6 is 500, level 7 is 1000, level 8 is 2000, level 9 is 5000, and level 10 is 10,000, Su Yinhe said as he took out a small blackboard and wrote on it with chalk. According to the information provided by the system, level 6 is a watershed. Zombies below level 6 have no brains, and even ordinary people who are smarter can kill them. Level 6 zombies are a bit difficult, and they have just a little IQ, but they can be killed by several ordinary people together. Above level 6, it's incredible, they begin to have wisdom, Although they are not as good as humans, but they can use supernatural powers skillfully, and they are quite cunning and will not be easily fooled by humans. As for level 10, that's the Zombie King. Thinking of this, Su Yinhe hesitated. Isn't it a bit too little to buy a region's Zombie King's head with 10,000 yuan? There is not only one Zombie King. Basically, there is a Zombie King in different regions, and the Zombie Kings don't interfere with each other. They take care of their own zombie brothers. But the number won't be too many. Only about a dozen or so. But she didn't hesitate for long. Never mind. The Zombie King is very difficult to kill, so wait until someone really kills the Zombie King. After Su Yinhe finished writing on a small blackboard, she hung it in the most conspicuous place to ensure that customers can see it as soon as they come. After hearing her offer, Qin Mingzhao called her a black-hearted merchant. Then do you want to change it? Su Yinhe looked at him sideways. Change it? Qin Mingzhao's face changed quickly. After saying that, he threw 2 crystal cores to her. 1 blue and 1 red. Level 7 crystal core 2000, right. Su Yinhe touched the 2 crystal cores Qin Mingzhao threw to her. They were pretty good looking, a bit like gems. She touched them twice and returned them to Qin Mingzhao, then pointed to the small cashier robot. Take it over there to change it. To be honest, she really couldn't tell whether it was a crystal core or a gem, so she let the robot do it. Thinking of this, Su Yinhe opened a tablet and quickly entered the corresponding coins for the crystal core exchanged to the robot. Qin Mingzhao nodded, still a little sad. I just want to have more contact with my sister. I don't like old robots. Robots are not as pretty as you, my sister. Qin Mingzhao, you are so pretty, my sister. Su Yinhe, Greek letter sigma, ugh. Chapter 45, Baozi gives birth to little Baozi. Get lost, Su Yinhe hardened. My sister is cute when she's angry. Qin Mingzhao looked like he couldn't stand it. When Su Yinhe wanted to take action, she quickly ran back to the cashier robot and exchanged the 2 crystal cores for money. Then she swaggered and pushed the shopping cart to choose goods. There was no gold, but crystal cores were definitely not lacking. After all, to improve their abilities, they must carry them with them. Seeing Qin Mingzhao go in, other superpowers also took out crystal cores to exchange. Crystal cores are something you can get by just going out and fighting zombies. But if you miss these good things in the supermarket, you really miss them. All the superpowers who came here exchanged crystal cores. After all the superpowers went in, Su Yinhe found an umbrella and went back to the cave. She believed that the supermarket would not let anyone who wanted to default on their debts go. Lin Muxue was woken up by Qian to have breakfast in the morning. After breakfast, Su Yinhe didn't come out, so she shouted at the tent. After knocking for a long time and no one came out, Lin Muxue muttered why he slept so soundly. Then he wanted to reach out and pull it open to look inside, but was stopped by Qian. The reason was not to look without permission. Lin Muxue, I can't tell, Brother Qi, you're quite old-fashioned. Qian adjusted his glasses. It's not old-fashioned, it's polite. Tisk, I know, I can't look. You're jealous. He was pretending, but he was jealous of Yin. Qian, if you don't want to go in, then don't go in. Lin Muxue continued to call people and sang his own song to wake up. Get up, get up. Yin who wakes up early has breakfast. Those who don't get up will be hungry. Shut up. Qian, who was poisoned by Lin Muxue's singing skills, couldn't help but slap Lin Muxue's head hard. Lin Muxue straightened his head and was about to have a good argument with Qian. If Qian kept slapping his head like this, what would he do if he got a crooked neck in the future? Then he saw Su Yinhe walking in from outside. Hey, little Yin, how did you get in from outside? You're not in the tent. Lin Muxue was confused when he saw Su Yinhe coming in with an umbrella. He watched the first half of the night, and Qian watched the second half. Both of them didn't notice when she ran out. Yet, they went out to find her lovely supermarket. What are you going to do? Lin Muxue asked halfway, and then remembered that she might go to solve a physiological problem, so he stopped talking. Want to have breakfast? Brother Qi took the meat buns and the soy milk you gave me last time. Lin Muxue greeted her. Qian probably really disliked the meat buns and only drank a cup of soy milk. Lin Muxue ate 5, but no soy milk, but Qian didn't allow it. Qian's original words were, 1 cup less soy milk, drink it sparingly. When he heard it, he pouted in his heart. Isn't it 1 less bun if you eat 1 bun, and it's still given to him to eat? He also knew the reason why he only gave him buns and no soy milk. Isn't it because Qian doesn't like eating buns, but likes drinking soy milk? Also, the soy milk was cooked by Xiaoyin. Qi Yan, the stingy guy, was reluctant to give it to him. Humph. No, I'll have noodles for breakfast. Su Yin's eyebrows curved. She didn't like eating steamed buns and steamed buns very much. Since the supermarket had moved here, she naturally wouldn't wrong herself. She planned to go home later and cook noodles, and add 2 crispy little green vegetables. Hearing Su Yin's words, Lin Muren's eyes lit up. Noodles. Lin Muren turned his head and glanced at Qi Yan's face next to him. He remembered that someone liked to eat noodles in the morning. But Xiaoyin shouldn't have much. Thinking that Qi Yan was the same as himself, he could only watch others eat and had nothing to eat. He felt happy. Qi Yan, you have come to this day too. Do you want it? If she wanted it, she would make more. It's just cooking noodles, not a big deal. I don't want it. We've all eaten it. You can eat it. Don't be polite. Neither Qi Yan nor I want it, Lin Muren said hurriedly when he heard it. Let Xiaoyin eat the noodles by himself. He and Qi Yan watched from the side. Especially Qi Yan, it would be better to experience the pain he once had. I want it. I just drank a cup of soy milk you cooked this morning, and I didn't eat anything else. Not long after Lin Muren finished speaking, Qi Yan immediately took over, with a little grievance in his tone. Muren ate 5 buns. He also emphasized the word 5. Emphasizing that he, Qi Yan, only drank a cup of soy milk and was still hungry. Lin Muren ate 5 buns. Lin Muren looked at him in shock. Shit. Who is this aggrieved look for? Qi Yan's aggrieved tone made him look like he had eaten up his breakfast. Did he not let Qi Yan eat? It was Qi Yan, a psychopath, who was too picky. It was definitely not because he was too greedy and ate up Qi Yan's breakfast. It's okay, it's okay. My supermarket moved here by myself. I'll go home and make you some noodles. Su Yin looked at him like this, and her heart softened. Do you like thin noodles or thick noodles? Do you like vegetables? I'll add a fried egg for you. Do you like fried eggs that are burnt or runny? Thin, I like it. I like fried ones that are burned. Qi Yan silently leaned towards Su Yin, his tone extremely gentle. Lin Muren, Tai. Lin Muren cursed Qi Yan in his heart 100 or 80 times, and after a while he felt that what Su Yin just said was not right. What do you mean your supermarket moved here by itself? Did your supermarket grow legs? The more Lin Muren thought about it, the more horrified he became. Oh my god. Now that animals and plants have mutated, even supermarkets have mutated? Will even houses mutate by then? Then will he be able to live in a house in the future? He doesn't want to live in a cave forever. Temporary refuge is fine, but living there for a lifetime is not. It doesn't have legs. But it can move. Lin Muren rolled his eyes and almost fainted. It's over. This world is hopeless. Even supermarkets have mutated. Lin Muren wanted to faint, but Su Yin wanted to take Qi Yan to the supermarket to eat noodles, and Lin Muren wanted to go with him, so she rolled her eyes back, and after Qi Yan collected the things they put here, she followed them happily. When they went out, Qi Yan, as usual, attached a layer of water film around the 3 of them. Su Yin looked at the water film around her and felt a little envious. When she went to the supermarket alone this morning, she wore a raincoat, but her shoes were soaked, and her bangs and the clothes around her neck were also wet. The rain hit the raincoat directly, and it was a bit painful. Qi Yan's water film is very good. The rain can't penetrate it at all, and it is very convenient to move. There is no need to worry about raising your hands, and the rain will come in through your sleeves. Lin Muren looked at the familiar supermarket on the top of the mountain, and touched the door twice when he walked in, and was amazed. How could his cute and delicious supermarket mutate? By the way, the endless supply of instant noodles and snacks in the supermarket, could it be because the supermarket has mutated? Should he leave a bun for breakfast in the future, let it mutate, and then produce a steady stream of small buns? Or, let the bun learn to recover. When he bites it, the bun recovers. In this way, there will be a steady stream of buns. At 3 o'clock in the morning, the person has passed away. Chapter 46 Noodles. As soon as they entered the supermarket, Qi Yan put away his superpower. He was still dry and cool. Brother Qi, your superpower is really useful. Lin Muren was envious. Why couldn't his superpower be used in this way? Walking in such a heavy rain, except for water-based superpowers, other superpowers, no matter how powerful they are, will still be soaked. This shows Qi Yan's calmness. You guys take your time. I'll go upstairs to cook noodles. Su Yinhe greeted them and prepared to go upstairs to make today's breakfast. Lin Muxue didn't react after hearing her words. "What do you mean by take your time?" Lin Muxue looked at Qi Yan. Qi Yan was smart, and he believed that Qi Yan would answer his questions. Wait a minute, Qi Yan didn't really want to stand with the fool, so he found a corner and moved a chair. Waiting quietly. Lin Muxue didn't have a chair, and seeing Qi Yan's appearance, he didn't mean to get another chair for him. So he would play with a cash register robot. After all, he had worked as a cashier for a few hours. Now he came to get familiar with his colleagues and maintain the relationship between colleagues. After he saw the blackboard saying that he could exchange crystal cores for money, he rummaged through his pockets, took out a few crystal cores, and exchanged them for money to buy snacks. He started chatting with the cash register robot while holding the snacks. The noodles cooked very quickly. Because there was space, there was no need to worry about not being able to finish them, so Su Yinhe cooked a lot of noodles. If they were not finished, they would be put in the space. When they were ready, they would not have to be cooked. They could be taken out when they wanted to eat. After putting the cooked noodles into the space, Su Yinhe fried a few more eggs, with different degrees of doneness. After frying the eggs, she fried a few slices of luncheon meat. Then she put them all into a ceramic bowl and put them into the space. When Su Yinhe went down, Lin Muxue was chatting happily with the robot, which seriously delayed the robot's work. The people in the queue dare not say anything. "What is he doing?" Su Yinhe asked Qi Yan. She did not expect that the cash register robot could be used for chatting. "Explore." Qi Yan saw her coming down, and very easily took the table and chairs, set the table and chairs. Su Yinhe waited for him to finish setting the table, and then took the bowl and chopsticks in tacit understanding. "Here, fried eggs and luncheon meat." After Su Yinhe put the noodles in front of him, she took out the ceramic bowl with eggs and luncheon meat. Qi Yan nodded to her, and the two began to eat noodles. Lin Muxue was chatting with the robot, and accidentally glanced at it, and found that two people had started eating noodles behind his back. How could Lin Muxue be left out? Lin Muxue touched his abdominal muscles, and he felt that he was hungry again. He finally let the robot go, and walked to Su Yinhe in 2 or 3 steps. Su Yinhe looked up, saw that it was him, and silently took out a bowl of noodles. Hey, there was no chair, so Lin Muxue held the noodles and ate them while standing. Almost all the fried luncheon meat went into his mouth. Lin Muxue ate the noodles very deliciously, and Qi Yan ate noodles in the same elegant manner. As for Su Yinhe, she used chopsticks as needles and noodles as thread to knit. Just now, she secretly ate 3 fried eggs on it and drank a large glass of boiled water. Now her stomach is bulging, and she is not hungry anymore. After Lin Muxue quickly finished a bowl of noodles, Su Yinhe brought him another bowl. Lin Muxue had already eaten 5 buns, and now he had another bowl of noodles, so he was not very hungry. He saw Su Yinhe knitting a scarf with noodles, so he came over and asked Su Yinhe to teach him. The two of them started playing while eating. "Qi Yan, hey. Your needlework is wrong. It should be a little to the right, it's crooked. Start over, it's the other way around." In the end, only Qi Yan was eating noodles seriously. After Qi Yan finished a bowl of noodles and 2 fried eggs, Su Yinhe also successfully knitted a small scarf. Lin Muxue let the noodles in the bowl tangle into a big ball. He swallowed it in 2 bites with some sadness. Su Yinhe looked at the scarf in the bowl and nodded with satisfaction. It was worthy of her. She took out her mobile phone, took several photos from all angles, and recorded a video. After she went back, she must show off in moments. Su Yinhe was reluctant to eat the scarf because she had worked so hard to weave it. She put it into her space, planning to eat it when she had no feelings for it. "Yin, do you need a crystal core?" Lin Muxue felt embarrassed to eat and drink for free every day. He didn't mind eating at Xian, but he felt a little embarrassed to eat at Su Yinhe. He didn't have anything good to give to Su Yinhe. But today he saw the supermarket accepting crystal cores in exchange for money, and thought that Su Yinhe might need crystal cores. He didn't have anything else, but a lot of crystal cores. Yet, Su Yinhe wanted to give her supermarket a protective shield that would attract more points. "Then I'll give you a few to thank you for your kindness these 2 days." He felt embarrassed to eat so much of her food. "If you have any, exchange them for money. Buy whatever you want, anyway, it will be in my hands in the end." Doing this is equivalent to no-cost business. There is no difference between Lin Muxue exchanging crystal cores for money and giving her crystal cores directly. No. This is different. This is a gift from me to you." He didn't want to make a deal. Lin Muren was so serious that it was rare for Su Yin to refuse. But when she saw that he was determined to give it to her, she did not refuse. She would make more delicious food for him in the future. She saw that Lin Muren liked it very much. Lin Muren took out a few purple crystal cores and gave them to her. It was a deep purple color, with a mysterious feeling. Su Yin liked it very much, so she decided to give him a few egg tarts. While eating the egg tarts, Lin Muren wanted to give her a few more crystal cores. He was not eating the egg tarts, he just wanted to thank little Yin again. Woo 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 woo. This egg tart is really delicious. Qi Yan looked at Lin Muren's useless appearance and felt a little disgusted. After Su Yin gave a few egg tarts to Lin Muren, she also gave a few to Qi Yan. Qi Yan likes sweet food, so he should like egg tarts too. Qi Yan was stunned. After comforting the two, Su Yin ran to the place where she usually sat in the supermarket, holding a tablet to watch TV series. Updated. Qi Yan looked at the egg tarts given by Su Yin for a long time. After Lin Muren finished his own egg tarts, he drooled at Qi Yan's egg tarts. "Brother Qi, you don't like egg tarts, right? I'll help you share." Lin Muren's outstretched paw was caught by Qi Yan. "No need," Qi Yan said, and then threw Lin Muren's hand away, and then quickly put the egg tarts into the space. Others are not allowed to touch his things. Lin Muren can't do that either. Hiss. "Don't you want to eat it?" Lin Muren shook his wrist and took a few breaths of cold air. Qi Yan's move was really cruel. It hurt him to death. "When did I say I don't want to eat it? I finished eating and you haven't touched anything. Isn't this just not wanting to eat?" As Qi Yan's good brother, of course he has to be responsible for helping to solve the food that Qi Yan doesn't like to eat. After all, it's food and can't be wasted. Qi Yan is a person who may really throw away food that he doesn't like to eat, even in such a time of extreme food shortage. Chapter 47 Defending Qi Yan's happiness. Anyway, you can't move. This was given to him by Su Yin, and he didn't eat a single bite. If Lin Muren yelled at him, he would really cut off Lin Muren's food supply for a month. Okay, Lin Muren felt wronged, but he didn't say anything. He forgot Qi Yan's little thoughts. Lin Muren sighed, and suddenly grabbed Qi Yan's arm while sighing. Brother Qi, look at that man, why is he so close?" Su Yin was following the updates. The plot of the latest few episodes was very bloody and exciting. All kinds of reversals and all kinds of frame-ups. It stimulated her adrenaline to soar. But as she watched, a black shadow pressed over. "Sister, what are you looking at?" Qin Mingzhao held a lollipop in his mouth and leaned his head over to look. "Yo, are you watching a drama?" Yeah, Su Yin was obsessed with the plot. It was at a critical moment, and she didn't care to drive people away. Finally, she could know who the biological father of the young master's illegitimate child was. Qin Mingzhao was curious about her obsessed look and moved his head closer. Su Yin glanced at him quickly and generously moved the tablet closer. The two of them started watching the drama together. As they watched, Qin Mingzhao forgot what he was here for. He was immersed in the bloody plot. Seeing Qin Mingzhao and Su Yin so close, Lin Muren got angry and said something to Qi Yan and ran over. He wanted to defend Qi Ji's happiness. If Xiao Yin was seduced away by someone, how would he get a free meal in the future? Lin Muren came angrily, but was dragged into the team watching the drama. "Muren, let's join in." Lin Muren glanced at the drama on the screen, and his anger disappeared immediately. He hesitated for a moment and sat down to watch it together. As he watched, he forgot that he was here to defend Qi Ji's happiness. Lin Muren, so exciting. Qin Mingzhao, so bloody, but it was really good to watch. Every plot was both expected and unexpected. You thought you had guessed it, but what you guessed was only a tiny part of it. The melodrama contained even bigger melodrama. Lin Muren, he is so bad. He actually had sex with 5 women at the same time. Qin Mingzhao, you forgot to count, it was 8. Lin Muren, so many. Won't he be squeezed dry? Lin Muren was shocked. Qin Mingzhao, that's why his servant sneaked out to get medicine and ran into the affair between the eldest young lady and the cousin. Lin Muren, that makes sense. The three of them watched with great interest, and after watching the latest episodes, they were still not satisfied. Because of Lin Muren's words, Qi Yan was upset when he saw Qin Mingzhao approaching to talk to Su Yin. "Little Yin, call me when there's an update." Lin Muren was still thinking about the plot in his heart. It was so melodramatic and exciting. The immoral literature filled the whole drama, making people unable to stop. Friends and the like were long forgotten by him. Lin Muxue was thinking about the plot, and while thinking about it, she started discussing it with Qin Mingzhao next to her. After discussing for a long time, Qin Mingzhao remembered the purpose of his visit. "Sister, are you the only one running the supermarket?" Su Yinhe said seriously. "No, there are two of us." "Who else?" "Me and the robot." Su Yinhe looked at the cash register robot. Qin Mingzhao, haha. "Sister, you really like to joke. Well, brother came to ask you if you need brother to find some people to help you guard it. A little girl running such a big supermarket is very easy to be robbed. The base has just experienced a heavy rain, and everyone lost most of their wealth when they escaped. They didn't have enough food before, and now it's even worse. Those hungry people will not be polite when they see such a big supermarket. What's more, after the end of the world, politeness no longer exists." Qin Mingzhao was joking when he first said it, but later, after he went into the supermarket and walked around, he was no longer joking. Such a big supermarket cannot be robbed. If he was robbed, where would he go to buy things in the future? The snacks in the supermarket are too complete. Then, he watched the drama again, just to catch up with the drama better in the future, and he couldn't let anything happen to the supermarket. When Qin Mingzhao asked questions, he began to think about the people he knew. "No need," Su Yinhe waved his hand. "Her supermarket is as solid as a rock. There is no need to worry about who will rob the supermarket. Whoever dares to come, just let them come and never come back. Sister, it's really dangerous. Look at you, a weak girl. Those inhuman superpowers and scum like to rob people like you who look easy to bully," Qin Mingzhao said earnestly. Lin Muxue, who was addicted to the melodrama, was instantly alert. "No need. I'll watch." Lin Muxue looked at Qin Mingzhao vigilantly. He suspected that the person in front of him just wanted to contact Xiao Yin in the name of protection and then seduce Xiao Yin. Lin Muxue saw that Qin Mingzhao's eyes were getting more and more unfriendly, and he took the time to blink at Qi Yan. "Come on. Brother Qi, if you don't come, your wife will be robbed." After Lin Muxue's eyes twitched, he continued to stare at Qin Mingzhao vigilantly. "Don't try to seduce the people who will eat with me in the future." Qin Mingzhao, "Brother, are your eyes uncomfortable? Why are they twitching all the time?" Qin Mingzhao saw his vigilance. The two people who were just discussing the plot with each other, sparks flew in the blink of an eye. Su Yinhe stepped back and watched the show. As long as she was not affected, she could eat melons quietly. Although she didn't understand what was wrong with these two people, with her many years of experience in eating melons, there would definitely be a good show to watch. "My eyes are very good. My vision is 5.2, Lin Muxue was very angry. This person dared to mock him, and he had to spray back. "But you, why are your eyes so bad? I don't know where this shameless superpower came from. Who dared to take advantage of Xiao Yin?" "Brother, bah. Don't you look at what you look like? How can you compare with his brother Qi? Is he taller than brother Qi? Is his face as good looking as brother Qi? Is his cooking better than brother Qi? Do you have more gold than brother Qi? He has nothing, but he still dares to snatch people from brother Qi." "Brother, my eyes are fine. Thank you for your concern." Qin Mingzhao smiled meanly. "Bah. Am I caring about you? I warn you, don't call me that. Can you be Xiao Yin's brother?" He called her brother and sister. It was disgusting. The more Lin Muxue looked at him, the more unhappy she felt. This man was greasy. Xiao Yin. Qin Mingzhao heard this name and glanced at Su Yinhe, who was eating melon silently. "The name is very nice, sister." "Don't call her sister." "Why not?" "Sister has no objection." "Who are you to her? You actually want to help sister make the decision? Really, so domineering?" Qin Mingzhao's tea smell almost pissed Lin Muxue off. "Xiao Yin, don't listen to his nonsense." "I didn't, he was just worried about Xiao Yin." This man looked dishonest and was a liar. Xiao Yin couldn't be harmed. Su Yinhe, who just wanted to eat melon silently, look at what she is doing, keep arguing. She wants to eat melon, fresh melon. Chapter 48 Boxes of Instant Noodles. "Yin, I have something to talk to you about." Just when Su Yinhe was in a dilemma, Qi Yan, who had been watching from a distance, suddenly came over. After hearing this, Su Yinhe quickly ran away with a tablet in her arms. She wanted to eat melons and didn't want to join the battle. Let the two of them continue to quarrel, and she would go first. "What's wrong?" "Nothing." "I see you don't want to talk." Qi Yan's voice was cold, but his eyes were gentle. Thank you so much. Su Yinhe was touched. How could there be such a considerate person? He knew she was embarrassed. No need. Qian quietly moved closer to Su Yinhe. By the way, is the egg tart delicious? This is what I made before, and I think it tastes good. But it may not be sweet enough for you. She knew how much Qian liked sugar. He just ate the white sugar directly. I haven't tasted it yet, I'll tell you when I eat it. Qian thought the egg tart should be very sweet. He liked it. Okay. I'll make a cake for you in 2 days and put a lot of sugar in it. I guarantee you'll like it, okay? Qian looked at Su Yinhe's shining eyes when she spoke, and kept smiling and saying okay. But you should be careful. You can't always eat such sweets. You are still young now, don't worry, you may get diabetes and high blood pressure when you are old. There is no medicine in this world. If you really get this disease, it is probably no different from death. Yet, I listened to you. The atmosphere between the two was very harmonious, and Lin Muxue was a little dumbfounded when he looked at their backs. He looked for a while, turned back and looked at Qin Mingzhao, and then they turned their heads together. Qin Mingzhao had 2,000 yuan and bought a lot of things. He couldn't move them alone, so he called a group of younger brothers to help move them back to the cave. After returning, don't leave, help watch. And he was the last to leave. He wanted to keep in touch with his sister Yin. Feelings are something that needs to be shameless enough. Chat a few more words, and the relationship will be there. Qin Mingzhao went out for a trip, not only got a younger sister, but also a lot of supplies. The people in the cave didn't see his sister, but they saw Qin Mingzhao's younger brothers moving supplies one by one. Look, boxes of instant noodles, canned food, sausages, bread. Qin Mingzhao has powerful abilities, and the people who live next to him just think that Qin Mingzhao is strong, and they live closer to him for more protection. They can't beat Qin Mingzhao, so even if they are jealous of these supplies, no one dares to rob them. In addition, Qin Mingzhao's younger brothers are surrounding him in circles, so they can only drool and watch. There are also many people who come forward to ask Qin Mingzhao's younger brothers. I saw Qin Mingzhao pestering Su Yinhe to recognize his sister, so how dare I reveal Su Yinhe's information? Don't look at Qin Mingzhao smiling at ordinary times, but if he gets angry and gets ruthless. I shuddered. As for the other people who came back later, they didn't say anything. Although they are not Qin Mingzhao's younger brothers, they didn't dare to say anything when they saw Qin Mingzhao chasing Su Yinhe and calling her sister. Qin Mingzhao said that he would protect the supermarket, and it is possible that if they talk nonsense and Qin Mingzhao knows about it, he will come to trouble them. Besides, few people who have survived for so long in the apocalypse are not selfish. They got the benefits, so naturally they didn't want others to know that the supermarket was moved to the top of the mountain and then snatch it from them. So, the people in the cave asked all kinds of questions, but they couldn't find out where they found the supplies. No matter whether it was threats or inducements, no one was willing to reveal it. The people who came back looked at the people who were asking questions as if they were guarding against thieves. When the boss Qin Mingzhao came back, he was surrounded by the superpowers who were trying to find out the news. Brother Qin, where did you get so many good things? He observed that Qin Mingzhao had the most things. Those people were unwilling to reveal the news, mostly because of Qin Mingzhao. None of your business. Qin Mingzhao was not smiling when dealing with some people he didn't like. You. Qin Mingzhao, we are all from the same base. You got so many good things, and we are starving to death. Don't you want to help us? The person who asked the question was pushed back by Qin Mingzhao unceremoniously, and his face turned green immediately. He was also a powerful psychic, so how could he accept being humiliated by Qin Mingzhao in front of so many people? Support? Sun Qi. Touch your face when you say this and see if you deserve it. Qin Mingzhao was casually holding a lollipop in his mouth, and then he reached out and patted Sun Qi's face. This action was not very harmful, but extremely insulting. You. Qin Mingzhao, don't go too far. Sun Qi took a step back because of his action, and after stepping back, he felt that he was inferior to Qin Mingzhao. What's wrong with me going too far? Hit me. Do you dare? Qin Mingzhao raised his eyebrows and looked at him. You, come on. Qin Mingzhao raised the left half of his face provocatively. Tisk, if you don't dare, don't bark. What era is this, and you are still playing moral kidnapping with me? Qin Mingzhao didn't lack many things, but unfortunately, one of them was morality. After Qin Mingzhao finished speaking, he ignored Sun Qi's livid face and counted the supplies he brought back. 2,000 yuan, not too much? not too little. He planned to buy some things. When he was moving, he felt that it was a bit too much. When he moved it back, he looked at the small pile of things and felt that it was too little. Qin Mingzhao was thinking about what level of crystal core to exchange next time. He used to like to knock the heads of zombies, especially high-level zombies, which were of excellent quality. He had a lot of high-level crystal cores in his hand, a small bag. So he didn't worry about this. What he was worried about was that he forgot to ask his sister what color crystal core she liked. Otherwise, bring the bag of crystal cores over tomorrow and let his sister pick one she likes. The more Qin Mingzhao thought about it, the better the idea was. People who had been to the Galaxy supermarket were reluctant to reveal the news of the supermarket, but the people in the cave kept an eye on them. It didn't take long for them to find that these people were sneaking to the top of the mountain in the heavy rain every day. And then they took back the supplies every time. Well, they found it. The psychic who had been paying attention followed those people to the top of the mountain in the rain and found the Galaxy supermarket. Great! They finally found the place where Qin Mingzhao was hiding. The superpowers who found the place began to be arrogant, thinking of robbing the supermarket while Qin Mingzhao was away. Then, they were beaten and blacklisted. Qin Mingzhao, who came, dragged them back and beat them up. Dare to touch his sister, you are looking for death. Seeing this, the others who wanted to fish in troubled waters became honest and handed in crystal cores for money to buy things. Then they took the things back and exchanged the instant noodles and bread they bought for high prices, while the people in other caves didn't know about it, earning more crystal cores and buying more supplies. Because it won't be long before the people in other caves will know the news, and then their reselling business will not be able to do it. They have to take advantage of the fact that others don't know and make a fortune. The news of the Galaxy supermarket spread more and more people went to buy things. Many people had heard of the Galaxy supermarket before, but they were in the base at that time and didn't dare to leave the base easily. They were afraid that it was a scam, and they were also afraid that if they ran into something outside the base, no one would protect them. But now many people didn't bring anything when they escaped because of the heavy rain, and they were almost starving to death. The base did send people to distribute food, but as time went by, the food became less and less. First it was steamed bread, then it turned into paste, and the paste became less and less thick, and now it has turned into water. Since we are all starving to death, we might as well take a gamble. Maybe we can really exchange the crystal core for food. 3 updates. Today's update is complete. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelis. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 49, Get Information. This news even reached Lin Muxue. Lin Muxue has an uncle who is in charge of the base. She has a good position and is not short of food and drink. However, after all, she escaped, and the food and drink are not comparable to those in the base. It was raining so hard, and she didn't bring all her old clothes and jewelry with her. She had to squeeze in a cave with so many people, and she was suffocating. Lin Muxue was annoyed when she thought that the heavy rain outside would continue for several months. After hearing this news, she was even more annoyed. Lin Nianbi is really useless. She told him so early, but he was busy with this or that. He dragged it on until the safe period was over and didn't take over the supermarket. If Lin Nianbi had taken over the supermarket earlier, she wouldn't have to eat steamed buns here now. Lin Muxue looked at the steamed buns in her hand that she had held for a long time and didn't eat, and she became even more annoyed. Steamed buns every day, so annoying. Others eat steamed buns and porridge. Lin Muxue can eat steamed buns thanks to Lin Nianbi's identity. Not everyone can eat white steamed buns now. Wheat is prone to mutation, and the flour ground from mutated wheat tastes sour and bitter. The wheat that is not mutated is very hard to cultivate, and it is only a little bit, and it is only sold to the top management of the base. Or some rich people with a lot of grain reserves buy it with money. The steamed buns that Lin Muxue is tired of eating are food that many people outside can't eat. No, she has to find Lin Nianbi again. The base has lost so many things this time, and it must be replenished from other places as soon as possible. When Lin Muxue left, she threw the steamed bun that she had crumpled into a ball in her hand. The steamed bun was picked up by the child who was watching next to it almost as soon as it touched the ground. He didn't care about the dirt and swallowed the steamed bun into his mouth. There was no water and it was very dry. He rolled his eyes when he choked, but he couldn't bear to spit it out. Lin Muxue heard the sound, but didn't look back. She has seen this scene many times, and she used to enjoy this feeling. The garbage she threw away was eaten by others. This satisfied her vanity greatly. However, as Lin Yanbi's status in the base became higher and higher, she became less and less satisfied. What was so good about that group of dirty kids kneeling on the ground to grab things? She preferred the powerful psychic kneeling in front of her and begging her. When Lin Muxue went over, someone was reporting to Lin Yanbi about the rescue of the base's supplies. The safety period ended unexpectedly this time, and many things in the base were not prepared. The heavy rain came too suddenly and too quickly, and many of the food stored in the base were not taken away. After the psychics of the base escorted the top leaders of the base to the top of the mountain, they sent people to rescue the supplies. Lin Muxue stood by and listened, and she stepped forward after the person reporting left. Lin Yanbi was upset about the supplies, and his face looked very bad. But when he saw that it was Lin Muxue, he still tried to control his expression. Jiaoqin, why did you come here suddenly? Is it because the people below you are unhappy? Lin Yanbi was worried. Jiaoqin was a timid and quiet child. He had sent his subordinates to serve her before. But they were not only not dedicated, but also bullied Jiaoqin. Jiaoqin was the same silly child. She didn't tell anyone when she was bullied and wronged, for fear of causing trouble to him, her uncle. If he hadn't decided to go see her on a whim, he wouldn't have known about this. After he knew about it, he got angry at the person who served her, but Jiaoqin actually spoke for that person. Considering Jiaoqin's kindness, he didn't touch that person openly, so he could only find someone to kill him in private. After that, he always paid attention to Jiaoqin's situation, so as to prevent someone with no eyes to bully her again. This time he was too hasty, and he was worried that someone was not dedicated again. No. I'm fine. I came here this time, because I heard a piece of news. Lin Muxue poured Lin Yanbi a cup of tea. Even though it was so hasty, Lin Yanbi, as one of the people in charge of the base, also lived in a large tent with all the necessary things, including a bed, a quilt, a table. He even made tea. Lin Muxue also had a small tent. What's the news? Lin Yanbi rubbed his eyebrows and took a sip of hot tea. He has been really busy lately, and has a lot of worries, and there is a bubble at the corner of his mouth. Uncle, do you still remember the supermarket I told you about before? Supermarket? That one. I remember it, but I was too busy some time ago and forgot about it for a while. It's a pity that it's flooded now, Lin Muxue reminded him, and Lin Yanbi also remembered it. He was going to find someone to go there, but something big happened not long after. He was busy for several days, and he forgot about it. It's a pity. It's not flooded. Uncle, you haven't heard the recent news. The supermarket is said to have moved to the top of the mountain. Many people went there to buy things and came back. When talking about buying, Lin Muxue felt a little sad. After selling so many things, there won't be less for her by then. Move? Jiaoqin, are you kidding? How can such a big supermarket be moved just like that? Could it be some supernatural person deliberately spread false news? The heavy rain came suddenly, and the base was not prepared. Not to mention a supermarket. It's good that the supermarket owner ran away. It can't be that the supermarket has legs. Uncle, although I don't really believe it. But many people said they bought things. I was thinking that the base is in such a difficult time now, and it is a time when supplies are needed. It's better to find someone to take a look. If there is really something, the loss of the base this time will be smaller, and more people in the base can survive at that time. Lin Yanbi's brows relaxed. The base did suffer heavy losses this time, and lost a lot of supplies. But Gu Yuan insisted on taking out the few remaining food reserves to distribute to those who escaped. Knowing that the base now has little food reserves, he still had to pretend to be a good person. If you were to say, those ordinary people would starve to death. It's just right to save resources. Uncle, ask someone to check it out. If you can take over the supermarket, you will be a great hero of the base. Okay, I'll ask Xiaoliu to check it out. When Lin Muxue left, she felt much better. It seems that she will have a supermarket soon. I hope the supermarket doesn't sell too many things. Lin Yanbi said, and Xiaoliu, who had just come back from work, got a new job. When he learned that it was Lin Muxue's idea, Xiaoliu nodded in agreement on the surface, but scolded Lin Muxue again and again in his heart. Lin Muxue was really rude. How many times, because of Lin Muxue's words, he got more work when he already had a lot of work. Although he was very resentful in his heart, Xiaoliu did not dare to be perfunctory about what Lin Nianbi told him. He immediately asked several superpowers under Lin Nianbi to check it out. It didn't matter if they didn't check it out, but they were shocked when they checked it out. Xiaoliu and the superpowers who went there fought each other several times before they were sure that it was not a dream. After confirming that it was true, Xiaoliu was also excited, and he didn't think the trouble he felt before was a trouble. If Lin Nianbi took over the supermarket, he would eat meat, and the subordinates would also have soup to drink. Xiaoliu and several superpowers went into the supermarket to inquire about the news, and then immediately went back to report. Chapter 50 Fighting Landlords. It took no more than an hour from the time Lin Nianbi gave the order to the time Xiaoliu came back to report. Even Lin Nianbi did not expect it to be so fast. Is there really a supermarket? Lin Nianbi usually has the calmness of a superior, but at this time, after listening to Xiaoliu's description, he was no longer calm and stood up directly. Xiaoliu was also very excited. The supermarket was really big and there were really many things. They saw the crystal cores on the small blackboard for money, and they also took a few low-level crystal cores to exchange, and they did buy things. He bought some snacks and a pack of instant noodles and came back. It was to show Lin Nianbi. As for asking him why he didn't buy more, he is not stupid. Since Lin Nianbi went to inquire about the news because of Lin Muxue's words, he must be interested in the supermarket. According to Lin Nianbi's personality, the supermarket will soon change hands. He followed Lin Nianbi, and he will definitely have a share by then, so why waste crystal cores? The psychic who followed him took out all the crystal cores on his body and gave them to his family after returning. Okay. Xiaoliu, you did a good job. Go and inform your subordinates. It's better to do it today than today. When we have enough people, we will go and take a look. After Lin Nianbi finished speaking, he thought of Lin Muxue again. This person is a great contributor, and he must not be forgotten. And Xiaoliu was not reluctant this time. He went to inform Lin Muxue and other superpowers with a smile. The group braved the heavy rain and headed towards the top of the mountain. Someone saw Lin Nianbi and asked a few questions. Lin Nianbi smiled and fooled them away. The supermarket is not in his hands yet, so he can't add a rival to himself. He wants the supermarket, and if the old guys in the base know the existence of the supermarket, they will definitely want to get a piece of the pie. Su Yinhe didn't know that someone was planning to take over her supermarket. She was playing landlord with Qi Yan, Qin Mingzhao and Lin Muren. Qi Yan provided tables and chairs, and she provided cards and fruit snacks. Qin Mingzhao came to her supermarket once and couldn't leave. He stayed in the supermarket every day recently. Qi Yan and Lin Muren also came every day when they met. With so many people, it was just right to play landlord. So Su Yinhe opened a deck of playing cards, and the four of them started playing. Whoever loses will have a note stuck on his face. Qi Yan has a high IQ, and when he is the landlord, he wins. When he is not the landlord, he lets his teammates win. After a few rounds, the other three people all had a few notes stuck on their faces. Only Qi Yan had a clean face. This time Qi Yan was the landlord again, and now it was Lin Muren's turn to play. Lin Muren scratched his hair angrily, wondering what card to play. Little Yin, Lin Muren hesitated for a long time, but still didn't play a card. He felt that he would lose no matter what card he played, so he turned to look at Su Yinhe. Su Yinhe shook her head at him. Alice, Lin Muren played a card at random. Then, Qi Yan threw out the last two cards in his hand. King Bomb, Lin Muren, damn. Lost again. Except for Qi Yan, the remaining three people honestly put down their cards, and then slapped the notes on their faces. No more playing, no more playing. Lin Muren couldn't play anymore. His face was almost completely covered. He didn't know what was wrong with his luck. Every time Qi Yan was the landlord, he was the peasant. When Qi Yan was the peasant, he was the landlord. Then, he regretted that he had to stick notes on his face every time he played so many games. It was like this every time. Lin Muren sighed. He couldn't play landlord anymore. Then let's play something else. Su Yinhe was addicted to playing cards and grabbed the poker card Zigger to try. Let's play 50k, no poker. Lin Muren wanted to tear up the cards when she saw poker now. She was so angry. Then what do you want to play? Mahjong, She remembered that mahjong was sold in the supermarket. What kind of supermarket sells mahjong? You are a shopping mall, right? Lin Muxue looked around the supermarket. He had finished shopping on the first floor and went to the second floor once. Later, he was not allowed to go up. He had never even seen the doors of the third, fourth and fifth floors. Well, it's bigger. At that time, she inherited a lot of money, and since the supermarket was so big, she bought a few more things to sell. So are you selling mobile phones? Lin Muxue looked at her expectantly. No, he really thought she was selling everything. Then what about your mobile phone and tablet? Yours seems to be able to access the internet? No, where did you get the internet? As Lin Muxue was talking, she found something wrong. Su Yinhe, oops. She had tried her best not to play in front of them, but she was still discovered. No, you saw it wrong. I didn't go online. Su Yinhe tried to fool him. She couldn't tell him that this was a network from another world. Really? Lin Muxue scratched his head. Did he see it wrong? He clearly saw it before. Was he really dazzled? Lin Muxue was fooled. As for Qi Yan, after Su Yinhe finished speaking, she stared at her thoughtfully for a while. As she asked, Lin Muxue's curiosity was also aroused. Now he and Su Yinhe have a friendship of watching dramas together, plus the friendship of eating for free. He feels that he and Su Yinhe are very good friends. Some questions that were inconvenient to ask before can now be asked. Xiao Yin, I found that the instant noodles in your supermarket can never be sold out. There is no restocking, but people keep taking and taking, but they can never buy out. Su Yinhe, don't you remember? My supermarket has mutated. It can give birth to children by itself. Yes. Your supermarket has mutated. Lin Muxue began to feel jealous. Why don't I have a mutated supermarket? If he had a mutated supermarket, would he still call Qi and brother Qi? Xiao Yin, tell me, how did your supermarket mutate? He has seen so many mutated species, but this is the first time he has seen a supermarket that produces snacks continuously. There was a loud noise in the sky. Su Yinhe used up all his brain cells and made up a story for him about his supermarket being struck by lightning and then mutated. Lin Muxue seemed to believe it and planned to stick his buns on the lightning rod when it thundered one day. Alice. It's raining hard now, but there is no thunder. Lin Muxue sighed as he looked at the heavy rain outside. You said, can I find a thunder-type psychic? Lin Muxue was lost for a while, then revived with full health. Su Yinhe, no. What if the buns are burnt? Waste of food. Why? Lin Muxue really wanted a bun that could make buns by itself. What if that psychic takes a fancy to your buns? What if he eats them directly? Su Yinhe tried to make it clear to him the seriousness of the matter. That's right, what if that psychic takes a fancy to his buns and snatches them away? Buns are good things, and few people can afford them now. He was also smart and clung to Brother Kai's thigh, so he had buns to eat. One of them dared to say it, and the other dared to believe it. Qin Mingzhou crossed his legs and held back his smile as he watched Su Yinhe fooling Lin Muxue. His sister is so cute. End of this chapter. Thank you very much for reaching the end. Don't forget to like. Looking for more exclusive content and immediate access? Subscribe to our Patreon. Remember, every like, subscription, or donation encourages us to continue. Thanks to everyone. See you in the next video.